true Biafran. MAZI NNAMDI uniquely brings to you Radio Biafra live broadcast by the leader of Indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The morning broadcast, live, and direct, on the 7th day of April, 2015. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Browse Biafran restoration websites at www.ipob.org, and radiobiafra.co. Also browse our website at www.biafran.org, to learn more about Biafra history. Visit our YouTube channel more often for the very best of Biafran videos. Enjoy it.
Triumphant from all our foes, through the crucible unscathed we passed victorious, our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes. Our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say them always. All hail Biafra.
Good morning, wonderful people. Great Biafrans, wherever you are on the face of this very planet. Once again, we welcome you to Radio Biafra live transmission on this very day, the 7th day of April in the year of our Lord 2015. The time now here in Biafra land is approximately 12 minutes past 8 a.m. in the morning. And also in London, the time is approximately 12 minutes past 8 a.m. as well, because our time now is the same. They have moved to us. rather than us moving to them. And right across the 24 time zones on this very planet, the time is exactly 12 minutes or thereabout past the top of the hour. That is how you know we are live, and that is how you know we are direct, and that is how you know you can call us to give us your views and your opinions as soon as our lines open. We welcome you wholeheartedly. This is your radio station. This is Radio Biafra. This very morning will be like any other when we preach this very gospel, when we propagate the message of freedom, when we do so without fear in the presence of our enemies, when we do so knowing fully well that only absolute truth and nothing but the truth can usher in this God's kingdom upon the face of the earth, regardless of the consequences. We will speak the truth here because we are spreading the word of God. We must do so with a great dose of humility, knowing fully well that Chukwu Abiyama is the only entity worthy of praise. We do so knowing fully well that those of them who cannot fend for themselves deserve our protection. We do so knowing that we must do no wrong for Chukwu Abiyama to love us. That is why we are here every day, and that is why we will continue to be here until his kingdom comes on this earth as it is in heaven. I welcome you wherever you are. On behalf of the editorial board of Radio Biafra, the Directorate of State, the entire IPOB worldwide, the indigenous people of Biafra, we welcome each and every one of you. Even if enemies of Biafra are listening like Yakubu Gowon, we also welcome him. He said we are doomsday sayers, that we are looking forward to the disintegration of the zoo, that they are still intact because of the cowardice of Jonathan, because of Jonathan's ineptitude. That is what happens to you when you have a very bad leader, one who is weak, imbecilic, and decrepit. That is what you get. Because this very morning we will spread this very gospel. The message of heaven will be preached here. And I will therefore ask you to go to CHK 97.6, CHK 88.0 if you are in Port Harcourt. And people are calling from Igbo. They are not getting through, but they are calling. They are wishing to participate. They want to be part of what we are doing. And they are pledging to do the best they can to ensure that Biafra comes in our lifetime, and as quickly as possible, I hasten to add. Therefore, please direct those of them within hearing distance or reception distance of CHK 97.6, CHK 88.0 in Port Harcourt, Igbocha, and we are also on satellite. Because we are a satellite broadcaster, I gave out a number. Should you wish to install free-to-air satellites for your parents, your uncles, your loved ones here in Biafra land, in the wider zoo and all over Africa. Because with satellites, you can receive Radio Biafra all over Africa once it's free-to-air. You get us. Because we are there. We are also on Dasat. We are on Eutelsat, we are on Arab satellite, we are on Amos 2, Amos 5, and Amos 4 satellites. That is our extensive reach. That is why our enemies cannot stop us, because they cannot find us. You cannot go and pull down satellite from heaven. And also, you cannot do so. Even pull down 7 of them, you cannot do it. Therefore, Radio Biafra will be live every blessed day. It doesn't matter what man does on this earth, because Chukwu Abiyama is with us. We are also online on www.radiobiafra.co. We are live on www.rblworld.tv. rblworld.tv. We are there. We happen to also be on ipob.org. We are on Indigenous People of Biafra.org. Radio Biafra is also online. If you go to tunein.com, we are there. Our name is Radio Biafra. Don't say we did not warn you. No other name. Radio Biafra. That is who we are. We are also on Radio Forest. And if you are lost completely, please go to Google, type in Radio Biafra, and they will show you how to get to us. We are here. We will remain here until Biafra comes and beyond, because that is the only thing that Chukwu Abiyama wants us to do. I will welcome you. I will encourage you to welcome all those around you. Having said good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, especially those in the far eastern part of the world, we will, of course, honor the magnificence, the mercy, and the grace of the throne of heaven, the abode of Chukwu Abiyama. Therefore, wherever you are, you must, of course, close your eyes if you can. If you can, please also ensure that you get those around you to be on their bended knees if they can. Therefore, Chukwu Abiyama, Ekekreligwanowa, we praise you and we worship you. We uplift your holy name. We magnify, we glorify, we exalt. There is no other name worthy of praise apart from yours. We will not worship any other thing apart from your holiness and your grace and your magnificence, as you commanded us to in Exodus chapter 20, beginning to read from verse 1. That's what you told us. You never change. There is no way that your word in the Old Testament can be twisted by man in the New Testament to suit their purposes. We will not allow it. You never ever change. And because you don't change, that is why the promise you made to our forebears, our ancestors, will come to fruition in our lifetime. Because we have come with clean hands and very clear conscience. You, Chukwu Abiyama, know that insofar as this, your very project is concerned, the restoration of your kingdom upon the face of this very earth, that we are without blemish, that we are incorruptible, we are whiter than white and whiter than snow, not through any strength of ours, but because you made it so. You made it possible for us to worship you, to know you, and to come close to you, because you are Chukwu Abiyama. Onye biagin so omara onye wo. We have come close and we have discovered your goodness. That goodness is what will restore your kingdom upon the face of the earth. Therefore, in the end, every honor and every glory, the coming of a full and absolute sovereign state of Biafra, everything that we were, everything that we are likely to become, everything that we are presently, we offer unremittingly to your presence for your adoration, because we praise you. We are nothing without you. We are nothing without you, Chukwu Abiyama. Onye nwem na Chineke. Therefore, Heavenly Father, we come once again before you. We ask you to bless this Biafra. We ask you to please protect and guide us, that we may do this work. If it is your wish that we should fall, then let us fall very gladly, knowing we did so in the service of the throne of heaven. Very important we understand this, because we know that this is a very, very serious effort that we are making. We know that the entities and the kingdom of hell is also trying to prevail over us, but because we carry the light on our forehead, because we are directly descended from you, because we are the children of light, because we are from the sun, where the sun rises from, darkness will never, ever, ever prevail against your kingdom. impossible. Absolutely impossible. That is why in the end, every praise, every honor, every glory will belong to your holy name now and forever. You see, we will go on this morning to present our news headlines and accompanying the summary, but before then I must tell you that my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, all over the world. The commander of all her forces, and in the same vein, the director of Radio Biafra. By the very special mercy and grace of Chukwu Abiyama, I will now and always remain a faithful and loyal, obedient servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. As I have welcomed you, please go and welcome other people as well. Tell them we are live and direct. Tell them that we are here to make sure that the will of heaven is done on this very earth. Once again, if you are joining us for the very first time, we run a live and interactive session. Therefore, please, we must ask you to call our lines when it opens, and you must do so turning down your system, making sure, please, making abundantly sure that you listen to us, having listened to us, that you will be able to also at the same time speak your mind, give us your views and your opinions, that we may go forth to put it through to the whole world. I said yesterday that there was this particular song which represented the entire essence of worship and of praise of Chukwu Abiyama. I promised to play it, but I wasn't able to. But today I am hoping I will be able to do so. And this very morning will not be an exception, and heaven knows I will play it now. Please, you will bear with me. I am having to dispense with protocol. I am having to play this very song, and please do bear with us. Do bear with us, please. Listen to this very song. I think Chukwu Abiyama alone is worthy of praise.
Yes. Hallelujah. Lord, you are not the man that will lie. God, you are not the man that will ever change. You will never fail. The Lord will always prevail. Hallelujah. Come on, sing.
Somebody help me say you're not a man.
This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct, and humanity is listening. Because our praise and worship of the Most High Chukwu Abiyama, as we said, who never changes from generation to generation, he cannot ask us not to worship any other God apart from him, and then turn around to ask us to worship man. It's impossible. Impossible, I said. That is a demonstration of the same thing. We Biafrans will worship the Most High God Chukwu Abiyama. Islam will not come here. It will not come here. Never. Or else we will all perish. We must proceed, of course, to our news headlines and accompanying the summary. If and when the very eminent barrister is able to come to us, then we will, of course, oblige him, because we want to hear his voice. When I hear his voice, he keeps me company. He brings a reassuring presence. He brings stability. And he also brings consistency, very critical, very key, very, very important. That should the very accomplished barrister be able to join us, I will please crave his indulgence and seek his company this very morning. Go and tell those around you. Tell them that we are the children of the Most High God Chukwu Abiyama. Can you see when we do a song how we do it? Class and taste. Very tidy, clean, and classy. That is who we are. That as soon as we are born in Lagos, in Nagasa, and now the impossible. Chukwu Abiyama forbid bad thing. We continue this very morning. The head of Saudi Arabia, Sharia law, orders the demolition of all Christian churches. I am saying it on a day that the chief terrorist, the terrorist elect himself, the founding member of Boko Haram, the sponsor of jihad and Sharia, the man who has been rigged into office by the combined might of the Islamic president of the USA, Barack Obama, and the conniving, duplicitous, underhand David Cameron of the United Kingdom. A man who stole money from PTF, a man that decided to run that Sharia may be brought to Imo State. He is heading to Owerri today, this very morning. In the next few hours, of course, we'll be able to go what they call the Hero Square to be given a hero's welcome by the Islamic community. You know what? Made up of Igbo men and women. Very sad indeed. Very, very sad. Saudi head of Sharia law orders the demolition of all Christian churches. The same thing will happen to you here if you don't take time. And that is why, of course, Biafra must come earnestly as quickly as possible. If you were sleeping before, if you were dozing before, if you felt that you were safe in Lagos, it is now very clear. It is now apparent. Very, very apparent that we are headed for disaster. We are headed for disaster if we do not get Biafra. Look at how they are treating your people in Lagos. Apparently, some of them are successful businessmen, some of them are thieves. Look at the way they are being spoken to. These are Yoruba people. Before if they hear our voice, they will go and hide under the bed. All of a sudden, they have been so emboldened as to speak to us in public with humiliation and castigation. How has the mighty fallen? Saudi head of Sharia law orders all Christian churches to be demolished. Kutuhanin, destroy them. Oba of Lagos was paid by PDP to make the Islamic Oba of Lagos. You have forgotten that as well. He's Islamic because Yorubas, they will drown in their own blood as soon as Sharia gets there. The Oba of Lagos was paid by the PDP to annoy the rather helpless Igbo people in Lagos. They are setting up Abdul Salami's Peace Committee, which is another amnesty for terrorists, because the terrorist in chief is coming in. The terrorist elect is about to assume office. So if people from Niger Delta can be agitating for what is rightfully theirs, for an improvement on their living conditions, and they got amnesty, which only benefited about, I don't know if it's up to 50,000 people, never up to 10,000 people benefited, when the rest of the other millions are still wallowing in poverty, which is why I can't understand why people shouldn't seek for their freedom rather than fighting for resource. Resource control only benefits a few people. It doesn't benefit everybody. We are fighting for something that benefits everybody. Both the young and the old, male and female, it doesn't matter. Once you have your freedom, you have dignity, you have prosperity, and you have progress. Prosperity is not in a church. Prosperity is not in the fake Bible being carried by a Yoruba pastor. Prosperity lies in your ability to get your freedom as a country and organize your affairs to suit your circumstance and your needs. That is something that most of you don't quite appreciate. That is something that most of you don't quite understand. Therefore, this very morning, we are announcing, they are announcing that Abdul Salami Abubakar is to head a new peace committee for Boko Haram. So all the Igbo people that was blown to death at Sabongeri, not worse, not worse, all the Madala killings, all the sniper killings in Meduguri, all the bombings at Nyanya Park, the killing and the destruction of churches, lives and properties. All of that is forgotten. The person that did it is about to get paid. Hey, the people actually doing the killing, they're about to be paid. I don't know if the world is going mad or is it me. One of the two must be going mad. It's either the world is going crazy or I am crazy. If somebody wants to make money, you go and start bombing people that nobody speaks for. In this case, Biafran people, because nobody will speak. You kill Biafran people. You burn their businesses. You burn their churches. You blow them to smithereens when they want to board a vehicle to travel. You go and destroy their businesses like Chisco, like the way they went to Luxurious Park in Kanu, Sabongeri, and destroyed everything. They went to Nyanya Park not once but twice to destroy everything. Instead of hunting those people down and killing them, they are about to be rewarded with billions of dollars. I'm struggling to understand. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm going mad. Maybe I'm going mad. We continue. U.S. ambassador is now being lambasted from everywhere. We told you, anything we tell you is gospel. It's your business. Anything you hear here is the truth. After a while, I told you that America was meddling in the election. That the zoo called Nigeria is not an independent country. What you have is what is called flag independence. In terms of control of your destiny, you are not in control of it. When it is not America, it's Britain, it's Saudi Arabia. When I mean by America, it's not the ordinary American people, please. Americans must understand this. I loved George Bush's administration. I love George Bush, the last one before Obama took over. I love him. He's a very good man. One day you people will understand that he saw something that most of you couldn't see. And he started to fight on time. George W. Bush started this very battle on time when most of you were still sleeping. Forget all the theory, the conspiracy theory rubbish. He was fighting when most people were still sleeping. So when we say Americans, we are not talking about the ordinary law-abiding American people who have conscience. We are not even talking about some senators in America that have conscience. We are talking about the very small Islamic-loving minority headed by Obama. And the U.S. ambassador is one of them. Now, Yoruba papers are waking up, so you believe in what we're telling you. When we told you that America was biased, you never believed us. Now, Yoruba papers are writing about it. They're even getting angry. When I tell you they all listen to Radio Biafra, they listen to us. They go and investigate. They find out it is true, and then they begin to write the story. Everything starts from here. Malite, where the sun rises from. From this very platform, Radio Biafra, the sun rises. And the world can see the truth. Nkebo ezioku. Most of you can't understand it, but we do. I do understand it. Completely and totally. I do. U.S. ambassador is now getting a pasting. Is getting a kicking. For the how they were meddling. Hey, independent. I pledge to Nigeria, my independent country. You people are daft. Ignorant. Monkeys and baboons. Your ignorance is legendary. I have never seen or encountered this type before. The ignorance that exists in the brain of an African black species of a human being is astonishing. I wish you can just learn. Are you capable of learning? Because here we are trying to teach you. This is the very finest university you can ever think about. Here we teach you. Are you capable of learning? That is the problem. Can you learn? Igbo stubborn goats, according to Yoruba woman. Can you learn? Open your mind. Open your heart, your body, and your soul to absorb knowledge. To chase away the cloud of darkness that is ignorance that exists within you. Buhari's election has shamed doomsayers, according to Go On. In other words, referring to us. This is the man that faked his coming to Odemegwu University, Ndioshi, in order to confuse us. So we think that somehow we are saying things. Jonathan allowed Buhari to ascend to the throne. Jonathan did not offer any fight. Jonathan was not even half the man that people thought he was. Had Jonathan not congratulated Buhari, this place would have burned. But of course, his wider considerations for his investments in Namibia got the better of him. So that's why he never bothered. But this is 2015. The doom is coming. This year we march. So Go On should be prepared. He should be, and he should come here if he thinks that he knows what he's doing. Go On, please try and come here. If you are very, very strong, try and come here. And this is Radio Biafra. This is Radio Biafra. We must continue. Now ISIS incurs the wrath of Hamas. They are killing themselves. The butchers and the murderers, they believe in killing each other. That is Islam for you. Murder, mayhem, carnage. The more beheadings, the more blood that is flowing, the more innocent children are killed, the more women are, oh my God, these people. Islam, Islam. Everywhere you go to, it is Islam doing one stupid thing or the other. Always and at all times. Very sad indeed. And in the video message, the Easter message sent out by the British Prime Minister David Cameron on Sunday, the Easter Sunday, Obama is angry with it. Obama is not happy that he said that Britain is a Christian country. They are not happy at all because you don't mention Christianity anymore around Obama. Election violence. We have lost 55 members in Rivers, says APC. APC, the Boko Haram Islamic Party, trying to expand into the Christian territories of Biafra land, is saying they have lost 55 Alamajiris, 55 fighters in the process, because everybody in APC is an Alamajiri. You are a front for Boko Haram. APC is a front for Boko Haram. And today, that very Boko Haramist is coming here. He's coming here. The barrister has joined me. Please, you must excuse me. The very eminent barrister, can you hear me, please? Barrister, can you hear me? I wonder if barrister can hear me. Barrister, can you hear me?
Yes, Director. Good morning.
Good morning, barrister.
Yes, I can.
Please go ahead. We are listening.
Good morning to you, Director.
Good morning, barrister.
Thank you, Director. I could have come back to you earlier, but the line I use is not available at the moment until later on. So I have to try the Viber. Connections.
Thank you, barrister. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Director, still there?
We are here, please, barrister. Go ahead. We are listening. There is a delayed connectivity via Viber, but I'm here. Please go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear. We can hear you very well. Please go ahead. We can hear you.
Thank you, okay. Thank you. The music you played earlier, the song of praise, resounds everywhere. It shows the manifestation of what we preach here. Director, please, if you're not hearing me, interfere.
I can hear you, barrister, please. I don't know if you can hear me. I can hear you very well, and continue saying what you're saying because we can hear you, barrister. I can hear you. Go ahead. No, I don't think the barrister is able to hear me. I do not think so, please. We shall try and rectify this very line and then come back to you. We shall try and rectify it and come back to you. Please don't go away.
All hail Biafra, land of the rising sun. We love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle.
Welcome back, wonderful people of Biafra. We appear, it seems, to be struggling with our connectivity, but we're doing the best we can to rectify it, and I believe that we may have done so. Once again, we welcome you. Once again, this is Radio Biafra. We must continue. As I was saying, Christians are now taking revenge as sect is driven out, and as soon as the barrister can come back to us, please, we will have to excuse me. I will go back to him. Christian sect is now taking revenge as the criminals and the hoodlums have now been driven away. we are also reporting this very morning that incoming government may not be able to create 3 million jobs. They have not created 3 million jobs in 60 years. How can they do so in 4 years? People should try and be realistic. People should be realistic. If you have not created 3 million jobs in 60 years, how can you create 3 million jobs in 4 years? It is impossible. Reality is staring them in the face. If there is one thing that black people cannot do, is to create employment. That is one thing they cannot do. This UG, to create employment is a very massive problem for them. They cannot create, they are incapable of developing the necessary enabling environment to allow job creation to become a possibility or a reality. That is why Africa is poor. Africa is poor because the people that run Africa are not intelligent enough. They are not intelligent enough to create jobs. That is why they are poor. That is why they are wretched. And that is why they keep migrating outside to look for something to eat. Very sad indeed. Extremely sad. Once again, we must continue, and our lines will open very, very shortly. But for now, we must go to bring you our news in greater detail. This is Radio Biafra. The time here now is approximately 10 minutes to 9 a.m. in the morning, because this day I want to give you as much time as possible to comment on the shaming and the disgrace that is befalling Igbo people in Lagos. Not from Radio Biafra, but from Yoruba. Yoruba, before they will hear you are coming and they will run away. All of a sudden they are telling you, I am not begging you. If you don't vote, I will kill you and put you in the lagoon. If I don't do it, you know that I'm a bastard. And he's an Oba, a traditional ruler of Lagos. And the Igbo people were cowering. Some calling him Kabiesi, Kabiesi. Others clapping. One said amen. Hey, I will say Manyaro. We continue. Sheikh Abdulaziz bin Abdullah. That is the name of the people in Saudi Arabia. The same name you will find in Sokoto, in Meduguri, in Kano, in Zaria. This same name you will find in Abuja. This same name, if you go to Benin Kebbi, it is there. If you go to Jigawa, if you go to Yobe, it is there. This is the name, the answer. Sheikh Abdulaziz bin Abdullah. But this one is from Saudi Arabia. Not from anywhere in the Mohammedan Emirates of the North. People conquered by Arabian religion to worship darkness. The religion of darkness and death is Islam. In life, there is always two to everything. Two. Night and day, darkness and light, male and female, positive and negative. That's how life is. Yes or no? There will always be evil. That is why when I say to people, anybody who is critical of the work that you're doing for IPOB or critical, that person is there doing their own job. In life, there's always two, truth and lies. There are those whose job it is, Satan has followers. You must do the bidding of Satan. And in life, it is no different. If nobody is saying that what you're doing is not good, that means you're not doing anything at all. That's something some of you don't understand. That if you criticize a government in black Africa, they kill you. They put you in prison. They don't know that if nobody criticizes you, it means you're not doing anything. And most of them have done nothing. Can't you see how Africa is? Even in the real life itself. Judeo-Christian. Some of you don't know that if you're a Christian, you are also following Judaism. Those who, scholars of the Western civilization, they call it Judeo-Christian. Because Yahweh Yeshua, Jesus Christ, was a Jew. He's an Israeli. He's a Hebrew. And that takes me to another point that somebody made this morning. Anybody answering to, people answer Igbo people because they're afraid of the word Biafra. Because of what Gowon did to them. Because of what Hausa Fulani did. Because of the conspiracy of the British. You are afraid to answer your name. And I'm telling you, before Chukwu Abiyama in heaven, I don't want to swear this morning, if you continue to answer Igbo, I'm telling you, you will never see anything good in your life. The word Igbo is cursed. IGBO. As long as you answer Igbo people and not your proper name, Biafra, I am telling you, you will continue to suffer. Igbo is not a people. Igbo is a language. It's like Hebrew and Israel. Hebrew is a language. Aramaic is a language. It is not a people. Igbo is a language and not a people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the word Igbo came from the corruption of the word Hebrew, which they pronounced Hebrew and then Igbo. It is not a people. Israel is a people. Hebrew is their language. Igbo is a language. Biafra is a people. You don't listen. You don't hear. Even when Satan directed go on to prove to you that Igbo is not a people but a language, they carve some of you in Benue. Some are in heaven knows where in Edo. Some of you are somewhere else. I don't know. How can you be Igbo people in Edo state? Is that possible? Is that possible? You have those of you who are saying they're from Benue now. Some are saying we are from Kogi. But one thing, when you say Biafra, it brings everybody together. But Igbo describes only a fraction of the people. And if you say I'm an Igbo person, Igbo is my nation, you know this nonsense about Igbo nationhood. I look at this, possessed of the devil. If somebody opens their mouth to say Igbo nation, that person is an apostle of Lucifer. Igbo is not a people. Igbo is a language. I've never seen such daftness before. Igbo is a language and not a people. I want the finest philosophers and professors to call Radio Biafra or invite me to a debate. Invite me to a debate. Let me deconstruct you in front of the public. Igbo is a language. Anything I say, I have researched very, very well, with evidence which I cannot reveal. If I reveal it now, you may try to be very clever. I'm waiting for any idiot that will come out and tell me Igbo is a nation. Check up on your work. Mad people. Insane, uneducated fools who didn't go to school. You don't know anything. You are not learned. Igbo is a language and not a nation. Igbo is a language. As long as you continue to answer Igbo, your journey in the church will visit you. Because you are abandoning God's creation. You came from the lineage of God that came from Egypt, or from the Holy Land via Egypt. Some of us came from Ethiopia. They call it Abyssinia, they call it Kushite, they call it Nubia. Anything they like, they can call it. That's where we come from, some of us. To come here to bring light to this very darkness, hellhole. No, we have come to drive away Satan. Igbo is your language. If you haven't been to school, go to school. Go to the nearest library and research. Go to School of Oriental Studies as part of University of London at Russell Square and research. Igbo nation. There is no Igbo nation. Igbo is a language. Biafra is a nation. For your information, because some of you are ill-educated. Like somebody coming and telling me Ijo nation. I look at people who didn't go under here. People who are not educated. We are talking about Ijo nation. Our Ijo nation, mad people. Ijo is a clan. It's a clan within Biafra. A clan, I said, not a nation. For your information, Biafra is a nation. 5,000 years old. 5,000 years old, for your information, again, in case you never knew before. 5,000 years before Britain was formed, there was Biafra. I'm not sure you understand that. I will continue. Sheikh Abdul Aziz bin Abdullah, the dictator of the country's Sharia law, has ordered the Saudi government to demolish all of the Christian churches. According to that is why all of you must listen that say they are Biafran Muslims or Igbo Muslims. In Saudi Arabia, the capital of this Satan, this great Satan called Islam, they are destroying all the churches. And these churches are not big, magnificent buildings. People are praying in warehouse. People are praying in their sitting rooms. They class it as a church. They go there to destroy it. And you want us to allow mosque? You people are dreaming. Saudi Arabia's top cleric called on Tuesday for the destruction of all churches in the Arabian Peninsula after legislators in the Gulf state of Kuwait moved to pass laws banning the construction of religious sites associated with Christianity. Even in Kuwait, you don't build. This is the same Kuwait that America went and saved from Saddam Hussein. People don't know what led to the war in the Gulf in the first place. You know, some of you read what I call jaundiced history. You don't research. You know, anything Yoruba paper tells you, you think is history. No, it is not. The reason why there was war by George Bush Sr. in Iraq in the first place was because Saddam Hussein was aggressive. Saddam Hussein went into Kuwait, that was an independent province of his own with its own flag. People are saying George Bush went into Iraq, they went to but Saddam Hussein was told, withdraw your forces from Kuwait. He said no. Withdraw your forces from Kuwait. He said no, and America moved in to drive him away. Is that not what happened? Some of you without the benefit of history. And what caused the second Gulf War? Saddam Hussein, you have chemical weapons. Show us. Let us see. He said no. We want to see it. He said no. Why do we want to see? Because you have shown before that you can use chemical weapons on ordinary people. The share of the swamp areas of Iraq. He said no, and they moved in. When they asked Assad the same question, Assad being very clever, because Obama would have overthrown Assad by now. You know, they planned the same thing that they planned with Jonathan. They came with money, they bribed the media. Every Western media went against Assad. It was only some people in Israel, in Mossad, that said, no. This man is not the problem. The real problem are those calling themselves rebels. They are the terrorists. Before America realized it, ISIS is born. And today, wreaking havoc. What did Assad do? When they said to Assad, we suspect you have chemical weapons, show us. The man opened his doors and said, come and sit there, I have nothing. America lost the moral impetus to bomb Assad. That was how Assad survived till today. Of course, he's fighting a very brutal war against Islam. And he's also Islam. But I think he comes from a minority called, I think it's the Sufis. No, it's not the Sufis. I've forgotten his own brand of Islam. You have the Shia, you have the Sunni, you have the, I think it's the Sufis. There's the Sufist Islam, and there's the Wahhabists as well. The Wahhabist is the evil, that is the ones controlling Saudi Arabia now. Wahhabism. And Ottoman Danfodio is a Wahhabist. The Wahhabist strand of Islam, of Sunni Islam, is deadly. Very, very deadly. They are the ones that change the Quran. Everywhere the Quran mentions the devil, they put Jew. The Wahhabist tendency of Islam, Sunni Islam, of which Ottoman Danfodio that founded the Sokoto Caliphate belongs to. That is why Fulani headsmen and Awasa, they will keep killing. They can never stop. I'm telling you, they will never ever stop killing you. You don't know their history, but we do. You don't know the history of these people, but we do here on Radio Biafra, and we tell you because as we're speaking now, not only Saudi Arabia, even Kuwait, every church is being destroyed. It's here. For your information. Speaking to a delegation in Kuwait, Sheikh Abdul Aziz bin Abdullah, the representative of Satan through Islam, who serves as the Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia, said the destruction of churches was absolutely necessary as it is required by Islamic law. But Buhari said, I would not do, and I'm in the interest of every Christian. If Buhari is going to rule all of you idiots in the interest of democracy or whatever rubbish he calls it, given that he caused the first coup to truncate a democratically elected government, which some of you have forgotten because you're black African people, you bomb monkeys and baboons, you don't have any brain. If Buhari allows you to leave and to go to church to worship, he is not a good Muslim. He is not a good Muslim. That I tell you. And you're in for a shock. You're about to see something you've never seen before. Abdullah is considered the highest official of religious law in Sunni Muslim kingdom. Abdullah is considered the highest official of religious law in the Sunni Muslim kingdom. You know, you have the Shia, which is Ayatollah in Iran, another deadly group of people. Also Islam. Why am I putting this out this morning is to tell you that you are in for one almighty shock. You are in for one almighty rude awakening. For those who don't know what is coming, we are telling you what is coming before it comes, so that when it happens, I'll only say, remember I said this a few weeks ago. If you go and listen to it, you know we said it. That's all I can say to you. Then I'll be laughing. The same way I'm laughing at the useless people who don't even know their identity. Igbo is a language. I'm looking at fools. You are somebody who speaks Igbo language. Igbo is not a people. You people are becoming confused with the Bijango tribes we found here when we came. That is why you have a Mamu. That is why you have all these satanic rituals and cults that you have. Arose in the Arose. Mad people. Idol worshippers, you are. Igbo is a language. Biafra is a people. Igbo is a language, for goodness sake. Biafra is a people. Do you have a Jaw language? Let me give you an example now. Does a Jaw have a language? The answer is no. There is a particular strand that is more popular, the one they speak around, Kaigam. I've forgotten what it's called, the exact pronunciation of the dominant Ijaw language. One day you see an idiot come out and say, Ijaw language or Kaigama people or whatever. I think it's Kaigama, Kaigima. I don't know. The particular dialect, I need somebody to help me, please. They speak in Ijaw. The dominant language in Ijaw. One day the idiots will come out and say, oh, we are these people because you speak a particular language. Do you have a language called Israel? Israeli language? The answer is no. It's called Hebrew. Do you understand? In Ethiopia, the people are called Ethiopians, but the language is Amharic. Is that correct? You don't know. Go and look at the connection between these three children of God: Israel, Ethiopia, Biafra. We are not the same with our language. Our language and the people are separated. They are not the same people. They don't answer the same name. Israel is the language. Hebrew or Yiddish Israel is the people. Yiddish is the language. Hebrew is the language. Some of you don't even know that in Israel they have two languages: Hebrew and Yiddish. Do you know that? So one day the Yiddish people will come out and say, "Oh, we are not Israelis. We are Yiddish. I'm a Yiddish." Hey, do you see why education is good? You are not an Igbo person. You are a Biafran that speaks Igbo. Ejo, you are not an Ejo man. You are a Biafran. You are a Biafran of Ejo extraction, speaking different. Izon, not even Ejo. Izon, I-Z-O-N is your name. I'm not sure you will understand that, do you? But we are here to educate you all the same. Ibibio is not a people, but a language within Biafra. Efik is something. Everywhere you go to, you have a language that you speak. But overall, you are Biafrans. That's who you are. If you go to Ethiopia, the something is there. You are Ethiopian and you speak Amharic. If you go to Israel, you are an Israeli, you speak either Hebrew or Yiddish. We are the only people with this unique attribute. Every other people of the world, you are an Englishman, you speak English language. You are French, you speak French language. The Russian language. We are these three people I told you now. Anything I tell you, I give you overwhelming evidence. I don't believe in a wishy-washy sentiment. Oh, we come from Israel. We are part Jewish. And nonsense. I give you incontrovertible proof. There are only three people on this planet Earth created by Chukwu Abịama to serve him and not do anything else. Israel, Ethiopia, and Biafra. What do they have in common before the white man came to ruin them? You recognize the existence of one supreme God, Chukwu Abịama. That was why Christendom tried as much as possible to corrupt Ethiopia, and they did, knowing fully well that Actum in Ethiopia is the last resting place of the Ark of Covenant. Once we corrupt Ethiopia, everything is gone. As soon as they got Ethiopia to start to worship Chukwu Abịama like them, Ethiopia went down and never to rise up again. Forever and ever. As simple as that. They will live in poverty forever and ever. Until they come back to the knowledge of Chukwu Abịama as one supreme being. One, not two. His words never change from generation to generation. So this nonsense in New Testament is garbage. It's rubbish. He doesn't change. Instead of my words not to come to pass, heaven and earth will pass away. So says the Lord of hosts. Gospel according to St. James. This is Radio Biafra. If you don't like the truth, you go somewhere else. Actually, Biafra will tell you the truth. Simple as that. There is no mosque in Saudi Arabia, no church in Saudi Arabia because of the mosque. They destroy everything. It is against Islam. This is how they tolerate us, destroying our churches and killing our missionaries. Obama, did you hear that? Barack Hussein Obama. Hussein. There's no need to call him Barack. It's Hussein. You know, and some of you don't know that, of course, they share the same name, like Ehud Barak, the most decorated Israeli soldier of all time. Ehud Barak, and former prime minister and leader of the Labour Party. Somebody accused me the other day and said, I don't know if this is Radio Biafra, the way you talk about Israel. I said, my father's name is Israel. So you have to forgive me. Chukwu Abịama made it in such a way that in case I forget who I am. That is why I was born into a place called Afara. In case you have a doubt as to what Biafra means, you don't know, I come from Afara. My father's name is Israel. In case you have, let's say I may forget and say, no, I'm not. The pointers are there. I come from a place where if you put B-I, come in front of it, it means come and join. Afara means join. Biafra, come and participate. Put B-I in front of the name of my village, it becomes Biafra. That is why I said Chukwu Abịama asked us to come and not man. From time before we were born. Also, this is what you're going to do. That is why you will come from here. That is why you have answered this very name. That is why you will go to the whole world and preach that I am the Lord of hosts. And that's what I'm doing today. And I thank Chukwu Abịama for that. And that is why, as the barrister said, I wouldn't grumble anymore. When I look at it all around, the Biafran war ended in my father's compound. Do you know that? The last headquarters of Biafra is Opulishiokwe, where we come from as a people. Preach this gospel, we lose connectivity. Anytime we preach it, we lose connectivity. Oh my goodness me. Anytime this gospel is preached, we lose connectivity. I was saying, rather, before I was very crudely intercepted by the limitations of the communications infrastructure in the damnable Zoological Republic, that the name we bear gives testimony as to who we are. I said that Chukwu Abịama determined that we should come. In case I will grow up to begin to doubt or question if Biafra ever existed or not, I was born into a place called Afara. Put B-I in front of it, it becomes Biafra. Come and join. That is the literal meaning of it. And also, as I was saying, in case I forget the connection between Biafra and Israel, my father's name is Israel. In case you forget. This is nature reminding us all the time, you can never forget who you are. You can never. And I ask everybody who is in doubt, those that say that we mention Israel all the time on Radio Biafra, when did you circumcise your son? On the 8th day after the child was born. Is that correct? When do you think Isaac was circumcised? On the 8th day after he was born. How about Jacob? How about Joseph? How about Gad? Everybody is on the 8th day after a male child is born. Is that a coincidence? Why is it that in Israel you don't have Israeli language? Because they speak Hebrew and Yiddish. Why is it in Ethiopia you don't have a language called Ethiopian language? You have Amharic. Why is it that in Biafra land you have Igbo, you have Ibibio, you have Efik? There is not even an Ijo language. So anybody telling you about Ijo nation is talking piffle. Ijo is a clan under Biafra. We must continue this very morning. They have destroyed our churches in Saudi Arabia, everywhere else. Obama is watching. Maybe it's Obama that's giving them the money to buy the bulldozers to bring everything down. Oba of Lagos was paid by the PDP to make annoying scenario. The grammar wasn't very correct. It's not very correct. An aide of the Oba of Lagos has communicated to a particular online newspaper that he has evidence that the ruling PDP party paid the Oba of Lagos, Rewan Akiolu, to make the scenario currently aimed at galvanizing Igbo support towards opposition candidate Jimmy Agbaje, the Oba's blood relative. According to the source, the meeting with audio and video recording was an elaborately planned and staged scenario set up to be propagated days to the election to try to erode support for the APC contestant and consolidate Igbos towards Agbaje so he can secure the type of votes in Lagos Jonathan secured courtesy of divisive politics. Because Biafrans in Lagos that speak Igbo language voted for Jonathan en masse. Why? Because Jonathan is their brother. This is Africa. Politics is very, very crude here. They fear that if that same pattern is replicated, that the PDP person will win. That's what they're claiming here. So there is every form of crude tactics. If APC does not win, you go and pick up your uncle, your brother from the lagoon in Lagos because we continue. No secret as the ex-president of the zoo, Abdul Salami Abubakar, the chief cabal himself, is now an amnesty negotiator. They are lining up in droves from Jonathan through Dangote to Desiani, Abdul Salami, to negotiate amnesty, what they call peace deal. If Abdul Salami did not negotiate according to those who speak for the committee while not realizing the implications of their words, there will be war, terror. There will be war and terror and mayhem will be unleashed. If Abdul Salami did not, I want these things to be written properly, please, in English language that is easily digestible. If Abdul Salami did not negotiate an amnesty for Jonathan, Jonathan will have waged a war. I hope that Gowon is listening. There would have been no peace had Abdul Salami Abubakar not negotiated for all other cabals in the zoo to grant them amnesty to run away with their private jets, their loot. That was signed deal, negotiated by Abdul Salami Abubakar. Jonathan, if you want to enjoy your money in Namibia, then go and do so. They signed a deal for everybody. And then after that, Jonathan himself constituted a committee to give amnesty to Boko Haram. anything they want. So that was the deal. Jonathan, you take your money, you take 1 or 2 jets from the presidential fleet and you run away to Namibia to enjoy your loot. And at the same time, we take money from your community to pay those who have been killing you. That is Boko Haram. And he signed the deal and it is sealed. And somewhere in Abuja, that is why Buhari said, I have nothing against Jonathan. The United States colonizer and ambassador to the zoo, the ruler of Nigeria actually, not even Britain, has come under fire from one of the leading zoo newspapers, The Punch, for his interference in the affairs of the state and perceived bias in the just concluded elections. Oh, so when Radio Biafra was telling you, you didn't you sent your ear to the supermarket to go and buy something. It's only now you're waking up to the realization that Radio Biafra had been right all along. Even Punch newspaper. Now they know that Radio Biafra has been right all along. They wrote a very devastating article in which they accused the United States government of basically putting into power the terrorist elect. Because when we mounted this campaign on Radio Biafra, the world did not. I wanted to prove to you that the world listens to Radio Biafra. We mounted this campaign very viciously, and now ordinary Americans are buying into it. You people don't listen to Radio Biafra. Those that listen are white people in America, and people who are learned. They listen to Radio Biafra, not riffraffs. I'm Igbo nation. Igbo nation, my foot. Americans listened to Radio Biafra and they came out with a categorical statement that Obama Hussein, the same name as Saddam Hussein, he bears the same name as the Iraqi dictator, Hussein Obama, was more interested in electing a jihadist than for free and fair elections. And now, at last, everybody have realized it. Last Sunday's visit of the United States ambassador to the zoo, to the International Conference Center in Abuja, where the collected results of the elections was taking place, was brazen breach of diplomatic protocol. Do you know that Obama sent his men to go and talk to Jega whilst they were counting the votes? Do you know that Mr. Entwistle, or Endwhistle, whatever his name is, was with Jega? Before they announce any result, they take it to the American people before they announce it. That was why I said to Jonathan, they will ask you, how many votes do you want? I was saying this before they announced the result. You said to them, I want as many votes. They will say, I will give it to you. But at the end of the day, Buhari will win with 2 to 3 million votes above you. And that was exactly what America did. America breached international protocol because black people in Africa are monkeys and baboons. When I call you monkeys and baboons, you must accept it. When they are counting votes in America, do you go near the place? I remember was LIKE going to look for a house to buy in America, the Ifajin of our time, claiming he went to see Obama. And somebody asked him if he knows where Washington, D.C. is. The District of Columbia. Does he know where it is? How many of you can even go close to an American polling station? Not to talk of trying to influence. American ambassador was where the results were being collated and announced. Sent by Obama to make sure that the terrorist wins. All of you saying Obama black president. Anyway, of course, you're black. What do you care? What do you know? It was a visit, according to Yoruba people, that should be condemned for what it represents, an undue interference in a sensitive and important internal affairs of a country. You are not a country. You have flag independence, green, white, green. Everything else is owned by Britain and anybody else they want to contract it to. You don't even build your own roads. A German company is building a Julius Berger. They own everything. Oil and gas. Even the construction of your roads. Can you build roads? You need a straw bag Arab contractors and Julius Berger. How about your children graduating from universities with civil engineering qualification? Who is going to employ them? Black monkeys and baboons. You're not intelligent, are you? And no, we are not being arrogant. We are intelligent. That is why we do what people cannot do. Radio Biafra IPOB was grown from scratch with no politician involved in it. For your information, we are not afraid of hard work. We continue. Mr. James Entwistle is Obama's representative in the zoo. While at the ICC, he was quoted as saying that the permanent voter card employed in the zoo elections by the Independent National Election Commission was a higher technological value than the one used in his home state of Virginia in the USA. Despite the fact that the PVC was not working, the thumbprint was not working, he said it was better than in America. American ambassador going to where election results. Some of you don't know, of course, they're CIA now. When they say an ambassador to this place, it's all secret service people. We know they're spies. That is why they can kill anybody if they don't want you to be talked about. That's the end of you. Did you hear about Chekwa Sokole during this campaign? No, because they know that if Chekwa Sokole comes to address the world, everybody will listen. Chekwa Sokole of UPP, they know that if Chekwa Sokole comes out to address the world, the whole world will listen. Because of that, of course, they told their friends, the Yoruba media, make sure that Chekwa Sokole, his voice is not heard. And that's the end of you. Because if you don't say you're somewhere, nobody will quote you that you're there. That is why we have our own Radio Biafra. It doesn't matter if they publish us or not, we are here every day broadcasting. And the world is listening at that as well. Now, Yoruba Punch newspaper have realized that things are not what they are supposed to be. Buhari's election has shamed doomsday sayers, according to Go On. The former genocidist, the mass murderer of children and women, Yakubu Gowon, said the peaceful conduct, he said, is peaceful. I think black people, they're not only ignorant, but they love lies as well. The only reason why the election was peaceful is because USA prevailed upon Jonathan that he will not be probed and that Jonathan should hand over to Buhari, or else they will force Buhari to take over by announcing a parallel government, and USA will recognize Buhari's government. That was why Jonathan gave in. We have all the details. In the next 2 or 3 weeks it will emerge, and then you say, oh, but I heard it first on Radio Biafra. That was exactly what happened. Jonathan was told by the US delegation through the Ghana representative, Mr. Kufuor, ask Kufuor, he will tell you, if you don't concede defeat, Buhari will announce a parallel government, which was the idea given to him when he went to Britain. Announce a parallel government, even if you lose, and we will recognize you as the president. And then Jonathan will be caught and tried. That was what they told Jonathan, and handed over power to the terrorist. That was exactly what happened. So go and get your facts straight. We know more than you do. This is Radio Biafra. We have people everywhere that are sympathetic to Biafra. They call us and they give us all the information. We ask questions and they verify it, and then we carry the news. But we don't want to carry it on our own, so we go and look for zoo newspapers that carry it, or other blogging sites. We blog their news, and then we plug in the truth in between. So that way you can't run away from it. We know what we are doing. This is a brand of journalism that we Biafrans invented. Nobody on this earth does radio broadcast this way we do it. Nobody. Go and check now. We didn't have to go and start copying white people, what they do. We invented our own. And is it not effective? Of course it is. How ISIS have now incurred the wrath of Hamas, Muslim against Muslim, as the Islamic State, ISIS, ransacks Syria's Yarmouk refugee camp and massacres their residents. But and Palestinian fighters are now vowing revenge. Obama Nekwanya Rashiam. Hamas is going to fight ISIS, and then the whole place will boil, and Israel will be calm in the middle of all this mayhem. These are people agitating for the capital of Israel, Jerusalem, to be divided into two. Look at what people are talking, rubbish. Can I come into your living room now and divide it into two? And move into one part and you live in one part? Israel went on exile for over 2,000 years, as Chukwu Abiyama said they would, as punishment, because he loved them so much and they were not listening, the same way that the stubborn goats of Igbo land are doing today. I use the word Igbo land because some of you, if I say Biafrans that speak Igbo, you may not understand, but that is who you are. You are Biafrans, but you speak Igbo language. ISIS militants besieging a presidential refugee camp in Syria's capital have savagely beheaded the leaders of Hamas. Every group that is Hamas, they, is Islam. Once or and they kill everything. Fowl, chicken, goat, ram, everything. Slaughter. As long as they are seeing blood, crimson, pouring down, that is all that matters. It doesn't matter who they kill. They will keep killing. Islam that Obama is bringing to you through the terrorist elect, who will be in Owerri very shortly, if he's not there yet, at the Hero Square, to convert some of you in Owerri into Islam. People without shame and honor. Yorubas, they are only tongue lashing you in Yoruba land. Go with Buhari, and then you see what will happen to you. Mad people. You are a Biafran and Igbo is your language. There is nothing called Igbo nation. Stop talking rubbish. There is no Igbo nation. You have people that speak Igbo language, but all of us are Biafrans. I have my proof. I have my own proof here in my bag. Do you have your own? Before you come out to talk, do you have your own proof? I'm asking you. Confirmed by Oyibo, for that matter, before you come out to disgrace yourself and not me. Obama is not happy that David Cameron used the word Christian United Kingdom. My goodness me. Obama is not happy at David Cameron. Why? He cannot help his Islamic blood. Because he's a Christian, Obama said he's a Christian because the mother is white, the father is black from Kenya, so he's a black man, not a white man. That is how life is. Once white meets with a black, you're a black person, no longer white. But we'll take it at that anyway. Now, some of you may not know this, that the same thing happening in Britain with Cameron saying, oh, we are Christians, and Obama is upset, is happening here in the Biafran struggle as well. The fight for our freedom. When I told you before that there are some people answering Ifeanyi Chukwu, Tobe Chukwu, who are Awusa people. They are kicking against Biafra. Some of you have shops. Maybe at Ochanja Market. Maybe at Opiweka. Or we are to do more. Oh no, Biafra, you're talking that thing. Only an from the east. Of course, we are from the east, where the sun rises from. If we don't talk, are you going to talk? People say, oh, but you're talking on radio. The one you're listening to on BBC, is it Omumoni? Is it Holy Ghost talking? When you listen to your useless, thieving, conniving Yoruba pastor on Sunday, how do they preach to you? It's not by spoken word. We are talking in the east, yes? The Chukwu Abiyama not create the heavens and the earth by spoken word. Let there be light, and there was light. It's our duty to educate you. It is also your duty to wallow in ignorance. The same way that Obama carried Islamic blood into the U.S. presidency is how those of you answering Ifeanyi and Okechukwu, born of Awusa men, are today kicking against Biafra and following Buhari. If you know where today, following Buhari, Onya Awusa to go and ask your mother. Your mother must have been wayward or unfaithful to your father. For anybody to come out and follow APC Buhari, either your mother was an unfaithful loose woman or she was raped by a Awusa man. Because no matter what they gave Obama Bible, gave him baptism, did everything for him, he still went back to Islam. All of you, no matter what you do for Malamo Korocha, he is going back. Islam is where he comes from. That is why you boycott the election on Saturday. Do not vote. Don't vote. Don't vote. APC is saying that they killed 55 of their members in Rivers State. And then the election was free and fair, according to Ambassador Entwistle and the Islamic Barack Obama. How Islam is taking over the whole world. I don't know how they managed to get Obama into the White House. But there are black people that go to Episcopal Church that are, they know them to be. If you wanted to give it to a black person, why don't you just find one on the road and give it to him? The only time Americans wanted to vote for a black person, they voted for Muslim. To tell you how powerful the devil is. Do you see how the devil went to America? Ganishimini. When I was telling you about Owazulike, you didn't understand me. The devil knew that Biafra is going to come. So they sent a satanic creature to go and to go and to ruin the water for the rest to drink from. So if you come, instead of you to drink from that water of life that is Biafra, you say, oh no, it's dirty, I don't want to drink it. Let me go back to the pure water I used to drink before. That is how the devil works. The devil knew that for his kingdom to keep expanding, which is Islam, I have to plant somebody in America that is the source that will fight against it. They planted Obama. Obama now sat down and Islam is booming everywhere. Islam is growing everywhere. That's how the devil works. But next year, Obama will be out of the seat. And then a proper human being created by Chukwuabiama will take over in America. And hopefully a white person, please. So that we can get on with making sure that Biafra comes in truth and honesty. Sect is driven out. Christians are not taking revenge. The oldest scars were the smooth and dark diagonal stripes across the right side of Ismail Ahmed's back beneath an open sore. Mr. Ahmed had been arrested by the Zoo Army on suspicion of helping Boko Haram, but the tears he shed were for his mother, Omaru. The soldiers had shot him dead. The soldiers of the Zoo are now taking revenge on Boko Haram, and rightfully so, in areas where they claim they have taken over. The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry has said that the incoming administration of the terrorist, Buhari, might not create 3 million jobs as contained in his party's manifesto. His Director General is Mr. Muda Yusuf. I don't know who is Yoruba. I don't know who is Hausa anymore. They are all Muslims anyway. Made the observation during a live program, Business Morning, monitored on Channels Television. Yusuf, whilst applauding the resolve of the incoming regime towards massive job creation, advised that such vision should be channeled towards creating a conducive environment for private sector players to thrive, adding that the private sector was better placed to create jobs. Correct, I agree. But not when you have an economy that doesn't open lines of credit to investors. That is the problem. You must be able to open lines of credit to investors. When you don't have that, you then have political economy at play where the state will very greatly sponsor. The state will very greatly sponsor any economic activity within it. In other words, you need a level of government involvement as well. We are teaching you what you never knew was possible before. And this is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct, and Chukwu Abiyama in heaven is watching and also listening. We welcome you once again. We are live and we are direct, please. This is Radio Biafra, and our lines are open. And this is Radio Biafra. We want to make sure that our lines are in tip-top condition. So we are not taking a break, please. Don't adjust your dial. Just a brief musical interlude and then we come back to take your calls.
All hail Biafra, land of the rising sun. We love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra.
Welcome back, wonderful people of Biafra. Our lines are now open. Our lines are open. You are at liberty to call us, and we will take your call. Our lines are open, and this is Radio Biafra. Wherever you are, we welcome you. We have had to interject our live broadcast this very day with some brief interludes. Please, you must bear with us. Everything is fine and proper in its place, and we are proceeding right now, this very second, to take your calls. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good morning, Director.
Good morning.
This is Obunia Onyekachi from Aba.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I must commend you. This program is very awesome. In fact, I was the one who commented through WhatsApp. This program, I should be named the Radio Biafra University of Free Wisdom Distributor.
You're kind.
Because I have learned a lot through this program. It's awesome indeed. It's very, very awesome. So I must continue to bless all of you and give you more adequate strength with unusual protection from his holy angels. Then another thing I'm saying is this. Yes, those of them that went to Lagos and were being disgraced by the person who called himself Oba yesterday, no problem. That is what they ought to grab from him, so that let's see whether their senses can return. Yes, because sometimes I believe in every disgrace or dismay from every angle, I believe there are a lot of wisdom that are meant to be learned through that. So I like that. If that can change them, no problem. I think it's okay. And if that will change their proper reason or their understanding to know where they came from, and that place they are developing is not meant to, why their own areas are being violating, dirty, and all manner of sorts of distractions and rest of them. That would be better for them. Then, Director, I equally want to apply for journalism if I am welcomed. Whenever I'm being called upon, I'll be so much happy to join them and do the work.
Of course, you are welcome, and in fact, maintain touch with us. You must maintain touch with us. I love what you wrote, and I like the way you sound, and you will work for your country. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. And throughout the whole world, people are listening to us via CHK 97.6, CHK 88.0, and also on satellite. We are a satellite broadcaster, Radio Biafra. Some of you do not know. We are not just on FM, on radio. We are on satellite as well. On your decoder, sitting in your living room or in your bedroom, depending on where you mounted it, we are there as well. Scan for Radio Biafra on audio. You will find us there as well. So also are we online. RadioBiafra.co, IPOB.org, RBLworld.tv, tunein.com. Radio Biafra is the name. It's unmistakable. Once you get to us, you will know. Your spirit will tell you that you are the home of truth. We must continue. The caller on the phone, I wonder if you can hear me. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? And I believe also this morning our Skype is also on for those wishing to call from abroad. Come to us via Skype, please, if you can. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Chinonso Eje. I'm calling from Enugu.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Director, I want to comment on your efforts. I say, may God bless you abundantly in what you are doing.
You say?
Director, there's something I want to comment on about the mosque building on Biafra land. Please, I suggest, is it not possible to destroy the whole mosque built in Biafra land?
No, not now. The time is not right. The time is not right. Not now.
And again, there's something I want to suggest. In my own opinion, is to open Radio Biafra in Lagos and the North. Because I think anybody may know the plan is going around.
Yes, we are going to do it. As soon as we have funding, we will open up a relay station in Abuja and also in Lagos. As soon as the funding comes. Once we get it, within 2 weeks it will be up and running, both at the heart of darkness itself, Lagos, and in Abuja. Immediately, because we are invisible, undiscoverable, not possible to discover who we are. So that is why, of course, they know who we are. I mean, in terms of identifying our infrastructure, is a very unique technology. Nobody can stop it. So we are going to Lagos and also Abuja. As soon as people step forward to fund it, we will be in those places.
And again, there's one thing I want to say. All these people are parading themselves as in northern state, as in Nigeria. Is there anything that can be so that they can stop parading themselves as Indigenous? Because I can't see the reason why somebody from Biafran will go to another place, another people's land, parading himself as an easy. Meanwhile, that place you are putting yourself as an easy. They don't have any union in your own land. They don't have any union in your own land that you are there parading yourself as easy. Meanwhile, if you go to their villages don't know them. They don't have any title in their village as in chief or easy. If they are there in somebody's land parading themselves as an easy. Is there not anything that can be done or for them so that they will come to their senses?
They will not come to their senses until Biafra comes. That is the way they are. They will never. They are stubborn goats. You heard the Yoruba woman. Before, our people used to concede to the power of superior reasoning. If you go to a community gathering, everybody is allowed to speak. At the end of the day, they make use of the suggestion or idea that makes sense to everybody. It doesn't matter who brought forth the idea. Hence, every view will be heard, and then they take the very best one. But now they say the Eze in council and the chief in council have spoken. Everybody should go. That's what happens. Now there is no truth. The reason why you have Eze is because Eziokwa Dizigi. People no longer speak the truth, and because they no longer speak the truth, there is no more decorum. Anybody can do whatever they like. It doesn't matter. After all, Hanezen is Hoshi. So why can't you steal? If your father is a rogue, why can't you be a rogue? Not that I'm suggesting that they are, but they were given or charged themselves with the duty to chart a new moral path for Biafran people that speak Igbo. But they failed woefully. Woefully they failed. The caller on the, can you hear me, please? Yes, your name and where you are.
Yeah, Director, this is Nnamdi calling from Aba, Director.
I love your name. My goodness.
Yeah.
I love your name. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Director, I really thank you this morning for the great lecture which you have given to people of Biafra. I believe that any Biafra who is 100% Biafra who have listened to your voice this morning, I tell you, Director, the person must have learned one or two things this morning. And I see you as the light of Biafrans. And this morning, Director, I plead your indulgence that you accept me to call you Noah. You are Noah of our time, because you are preaching your gospel. Some Biafrans, out of deaf ear, like the Yoruba woman that called us stubborn goat, will not listen, will not adhere to your advice until the time Almighty Abiyama, our God we serve, we close the boat. And those who fail to listen to your advice will perish. By that time, I believe they will know what you are saying to Biafrans is true. My Director, I want to say something. I'm a missionary. I remember last time I traveled to Jos, the life crisis in Jos. And Hausa man car sport was burnt. And we are there. And there are some, the Zoo Republic of Nigeria, there are some of their law enforcement agencies who are there with us. So we went to the scene to see what the damages that some Islam have caused, because they were having problems with people called Panshi in Jos at that time.
Yes.
So when an Hausa man got to the spot, he saw that his car was burnt. The car stand over 100 of cars. That's something he said. He said, "Oh, there is no problem. Since they have bought my car, there is no problem." And some Biafrans joined hands to burn his car, and there is no problem. That he knows what to do. By the time he can lay hand on 2 to 3 to 4, 5 Biafran women who are living in the north, our ladies, that this one is a small thing. And I was someone said so. Now, Director, I want to call back your memory right now. Have you been to Abuja and go around Abuja in the midnight? You find out that 75% of harlots we see in the streets of Abuja are Biafrans.
Of course.
Director, why is it so? Why is our land so, I don't know how to put it. Our people are so scared of settling in our land. They like what is outside. You know, there is one of my mommy's sisters that always tell me, that's something she normally said, listening to. She said, people thought that far field is greener. But when we go there, you find out that it's scanty. I have toured around Biafra and I find out that nobody, no part of Nigeria is like our Biafran land. We have a very beautiful land where we can invest. But why, Biafrans, why are we scared of our land? We are...
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, go ahead, please, go ahead.
I'm hearing you, sir. Now, why are we so busy going to other people's land, developing their own land, whereas our own land is here? Go to where we have nothing, no company, or where it's very scanty. Go to
no, it's not. Owerri has hotel and fast food. Hotel and fast food. Your daughters are prostitutes in Owerri hotels.
Yeah,
that is what they do.
Director, I believe you. Go all corners of Igbo land. You can't see a better company. What you see is just filling station and hotels. Filling stations, hotel, filling station, hotel. In the night, our daughters are turned into prostitutes. Director, our land needs to be cleansed. And we will do that through people like you. You are Joshua. You are a Joshua, and also I call you Noah for a time. Director, I am standing behind you because our Papa Ojukwu cried on this before he died. He was carrying Biafrans on the head, telling them, come back before the night. But stubbornness and stupidity wouldn't let us. So I want to come back to David Cameron. Now, let me speak on David Cameron. David Cameron and Obama, I tell you two things. David Cameron, his own is gluttoning on black liquid gold. That's his problem. Because they are promising, don't worry, when we sit in power, we'll make sure black gold come to you. He believes. And then they took power and give to a terrorist. But there is no problem. Chukwu Abiyama will defend us. And Obama, who likely having the blood of Islam in him, is trying to use this opportunity in power to fortify the Islamic world, to wipe away Christian nations. But God Almighty will still show himself at the end. So, my director this morning, I bless you because Nnamdis are great. The first Nnamdi fell off, but I believe you will not fall off. Because the mark of Joshua and the mark of Noah is in your head. Because at the end of the day, the castle of the Lord will stand. And I believe God will bless you, and God will bless your home, and God will bless your beautiful wife, who have given you this opportunity and stand behind you to do this work for us. Director, we always pray for you, and our knees is on the ground to make sure that this battle, Chukwu Abiyama helps you to fight it to the end. And you shall live to see Biafra. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Ise, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. We are going to Skype to try and see what is happening there. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, please. Your name and where you are. This is Radio Biafra.
Yeah, my name is Clifford Uswani Uwachuku. I'm calling from Gothenburg City, Sweden.
Gothenburg in Sweden. Please go ahead.
Yeah, these few days I've been listening to your broadcast, and actually everything you're saying, Director, is really, really positive and straightforward, and you've got the wisdom and everything any man of God can be given to from heaven. And the last thing, the first thing I would like to comment on is about what the Oba of Lagos said about the Biafrans, and it's a big shame. Some of them were even praising him, calling him Exactly. I'm really ashamed about hearing and seeing everything, but that has happened, and none of the political parties that is asking for the Biafrans to vote for has come in to condemn him, because that is a national treason. It's like wiping out an ethnicity from that Republican zoo. So what I will want you as the director to issue an ultimatum order to the whole Biafrans is like, we should go on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram and whatever to put that same speech, and make sure we talk to every Biafrans, especially Biafrans who wants to vote, not to even dare to go to the voting booth to vote in the so-called governor Ambode or whatever his name is. I don't care, because this same Oba is an idol worshipper and he has no fear of God, but he will dare not put a curse on the children of God. So I will want you as the director of all Biafrans to make this a responsibility. I'm not saying you should, I'm asking you, because as a Biafran, you're the leader and your followers has a saying, it's like, you have to give us that go ahead. So we all bombard this guy with everything we got on Facebook, on Twitter, and the whole world will see what is happening, because this is a medium of him asking that he's going to wipe out a whole section of people of the Republic of the Zoo. So, and the other thing is to talk about how everybody is wanting the radio station to be placed in Abuja. I know this is just beginning. It's tough with finances, and it's not everybody, just like you always say to the people back home, that most of us living in abroad, life isn't easy for us. And the more reason we left that zoo is because we did not like the racial, the ethnic, and political, how do I put it? The way we were being segregated from what belongs to us. So we took the choice to go out of our own country, to go out of exile, which shouldn't happen at the first place. So what I'm trying to say, that I know is very tough. It's a tough job you're doing, and it's a tough, dangerous job, because we know the devil will come to hunt. And I know you're on guard. Whatever happens, keep yourself on guard, keep your crew on guard, keep your family on guard, and be ready, because nobody will be allowed to touch you. And God himself is in front, in behind, and wherever. I think he has placed his guard on you before you know it. And just like you said, everything is about fun. And yes, we have to take the fight to the heart of the devil itself, the Ekwensu, which is Lagos. And from Lagos, we hit the Abuja side. If possible, we'll hit it on the northern side also. So they know that, yeah, this level is beyond their reach. And as I said, Director, I would like to rest my case, and I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to ship in my little ideas. And at the same time, I want to praise you for a job well done, because to this extent, you have hit the rock, and you are the rock and the Peter of our time. May God bless you. May God bless your family, and may God bless whatever you lay your hands on. In the name of Jesus Christ our Lord.
Ise, thank you very much. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother. Your name and where you're calling from, please, if you may.
My name is Naka Abazir. I'm calling from Germany.
Which part of Germany, please, if you may?
I'm calling from Detmold.
My goodness me.
Detmold is a very small city, very close to Hanover, Paderborn, Bielefeld.
Hey, Paragon, Bielefeld. So, huh? When I say uncle is empty or Louis is empty, is empty. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, my Lord. God bless you.
And you too, my dear brother. Go ahead.
My brother, I'm so upset. Yesterday, when I heard the voice of Akilo of Lagos, the so-called Oba of Lagos, humiliating Igbo people, I wept. I cried. I regretted being an Igbo man or being a Biafra man. This guy humiliated us. Even we are not up to a cockroach before him. And those guys were saying Kabiesi, praising him, clapping hand and laughing. I wept, I wept, I wept, I wept. My brother, I don't know what to say, but we Igbo race, we have lost it entirely. I've been here for many years, and to be honest with you, to confess my sin, I have invested heavily in Lagos. And yesterday, I couldn't believe my ears what I heard. And I called my people because they told me, leave there, when he hung me, he's not going to do anything. And I was laughing. And this thing was coming from a man that's supposed to be for everybody there, whether you are Igbo or Ijo or Yoruba, everybody. But look at the way he spoke. I'm ashamed of myself. To even all the money, all the efforts, you know, I struggled here to invest it in Lagos, and hearing somebody like that man threatening the life of all the Igbos, I wept. I want to confess my sin, to invest a cent in Yoruba land. I'm so ashamed of myself. I don't know. Secondly, the United States ambassador to Nigeria, I knew it from the beginning. I was telling my friends that America does not mean well to Nigeria, and they never believed me. But look at what an ambassador is doing in a foreign country. What gave him the audacity to be there even when the result was counting? We black people, we have made ourselves to be zero. Can somebody from Nigeria even be on an election observer in America? They will not even give him a visa to go to America to observe election. How could somebody, a foreigner, decided what to happen? What happened in Nigeria? Oh God, God help us. And thirdly, my director, what kind of peace is Abdulsalam talking about in Nigeria? Giving Boko Haram amnesty or what? Can American government give amnesty to Taliban or ISIS or Al Qaeda? What the hell is happening in that Nigeria? What the hell? And these people have killed, have maimed people. I lost a cousin from Boko Haram from Jos. And do you know the worst part of it? This guy, immediately he was shot dead. After a few days, his wife committed suicide. Because the wife couldn't bear it. She committed suicide. Few days after this guy was shot dead.
Terrible.
And somebody is offering amnesty to these criminals, these murderers. My brother, I'm short of words. But I believe with Radio Biafra, with the power of Chukwu Abiyama, that we are going to be free in that abnormal country called Nigeria. I believe that what you are doing, my director, you are doing a wonderful work. We are trying our best here. I'm trying my best here to coordinate here in that mode and environments. I have contacted our sister Nene. I have done a little contribution for the satellite in Nigeria, in Biafra land. And I believe that by the grace of God, if we stand together, we're going to get our Biafra, even as soon as possible. I believe, my God, that it's not going to be so long.
It won't be.
It's not going to be so long.
It will not be.
I'm from Umaka, Njaba, in Biafra land. And I believe my people are listening, and I believe my people are eager to see Biafra come. My Lord, keep it on, going to come as soon as possible. Thank
you very much. Thank you very, very much. As our brother was speaking, I looked at the monitors here. The satellite that he contributed to is needed as urgently as possible, because we lost about, say, 40 seconds of what he was saying because of the very weak connectivity from the damnable Zoological Republic. And he said, and this very sister wrote, I need to, this very sister from Abba writing says, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. According to the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 10. I worship nothing else. That's the trick. When he has nefe, I worship nothing else. I bow before the throne of heaven, because Chukwu Abiyama is God. We must continue. And thank you, my dear brother. For that, let's go to the phone lines and see those of them who are there. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please go ahead. Your name and where you are, if you may.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you very well. Please go ahead. We are listening.
My name is Joy, and when I'm from Akwa Ibom State.
And where are you calling us from now?
My name is Joy, and when I'm from Akwa Ibom State.
Thank you very much. Where are you now? Where are you calling us from? Are you in Akwa Ibom State?
No, I'm calling you from Aba.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead.
Is this director?
Yes, it is. This is Radio Biafra. Yes.
I want to thank you for what you are doing for us. I'm from the Senodim local government area.
Thank you very much.
In Akwa Ibom State.
I'm
now from Mbise.
That's better. You are now from Mbise. You were born in Akwa Ibom. Now you are from Mbise because...
Yes, but we are living in Aba.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I'm really appreciating what you are doing for us. I'm telling you the truth. I like what you are doing for us. Because me, since I was born, I've been suffering. Living as a slave. Sir, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
For what you are doing. Thank you for what you are doing for us. Thank you.
And thank you for listening.
You want to develop our life. You want to bring us out from slaves. Thank you, sir. Thank you for what you are doing. There's only God in heaven that will reward you what you are doing for us. It's only God that we are serving. The truth Almighty God is the only one that will reward you for what you are doing for us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you very much, our sister from Akwa Ibom, married to Mbise. That's what I love to hear. That is what I love to hear. Somebody from Akwa Ibom married to somebody from Mbise. Very beautiful story, and I love it. We are one people. You must understand that. From one bosom and from one family. Together we are Biafrans. We speak different languages. It doesn't mean they are different from us. Biafra is what binds us together. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Good morning, Director.
Good morning. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Igbo Jude Akiaba.
Thank you very much. You are a very lucky man. You always get through. My goodness me. People try for months, they can't get through. You always get through.
Yes, Director.
Yes.
I just want to thank you. And I want to use this opportunity to call all of Igbo people to not go out to vote for anybody. My reason is that if you have traveled from Umlolo Kibu to Arondison before, the rest of you will cry completely 3 days because we have been cut off. So the people that we have voted for, what have they done for us? Nothing. If you go to this Okigwe, that's Mbano side, called there is no road there. And who said that it's representing Okigwe electoral zone? We have never seen the man for 1 day in television, a place of sponsoring the day. We voted for Ike Hakim, and Ike Hakim only went to go and plant carpet grass. So I don't know why we should go and vote. All around these people cannot travel of that road. So I don't know why people should. They are not listening. Don't go out and vote, because if you vote, they will not do anything for you. If you not vote, they will not do anything for you. So I want every Okigwe man not to go out and vote, because Okigwe is one of the ancient towns in Biafran land. But go there, they used to think over the Nile and you see that Okigwe is not developing. And the others will be jumping up, telling everybody that he's building a sister hotel in Okigwe, building this, building that in Okigwe. Go to Okigwe. It looks like where leprosy people are settled. So, Director, yesterday I was in the meeting in Owerri. But the meeting that we are going to attend the second edition of the meeting, before I will make my comment, because this time around, we have to shine our eyes. And then I want to comment about Reverend Eddie Mbaka. Because Reverend Eddie Mbaka is a liar. Because he is the one that told us that Hakim beat a reverend priest. After he announced him and told us again that they did not tell him the truth, that Ike did not flog the reverend priest. So I don't know whether he's working with the Holy Ghost or whether his people are giving him false information. So my brother, all these so-called prophets and pastors, we should be careful, because one day they will lead us where we will regret why we come to this world. I want to give you this name, Ikemba of Igbo. Anything that you cannot do and you see another person that is doing, but what you have to do is to support the person. So Nnamdi Kanu Ikemba Igbo is the right person to liberate Igbo from Biafra. God bless you, Director.
Thank you. May Chukwu Abiyama also be your God. You're very kind, and thank you very much for your kind words. Chukwu Abiyama asked me to come. I did not come out of my own volition, because only him knows best. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. We are live and we are direct, and this is Radio Biafra. I have a caller on Skype. I don't know if they're still there. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? We are live and direct, and this is Radio Biafra.
Of course I can hear you, my director.
Thank you very much. Please, your name and where you are calling us from, if you may.
My name is Chidimada. I'm calling from Hong Kong.
From Hong Kong, thank you very much. Please go ahead. The whole world is listening, including Obama. Go ahead.
Because I know everybody listens to Radio Biafra. It's not a new thing. We all know that. First of all, I want to commend you for your relentless effort. You are more than a man. You're more than a man. You're more than a man.
Thank you.
I want to talk about two things. One is about the order of Lagos that said he would kill all the Igbos, blah, 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 blah. I really love that. I'm really happy about that. And I want him to go ahead and do it, if he can. Although I know he cannot. But had it been he can, if I have a way of helping him to do it, let him do it. Let Igbo people learn, because we are cowards. We are foolish people. All we do is to sit and say he cannot do anything. Hausa people, what do they know? They are malam. We are better than them. We are wiser than them, because you can buy something for 20 naira and sell it for them for 100 naira. Why they carry all your oil and make billions. We say, what can they do? They can't do anything. We are prepared. Now it's not 1967. Now we are this, we are that. You are this, we are that. What preparation are you making? What if it happens today? You just sit, go to Alaba market, go to Trade Fair, build all sort of mighty marketing places in Lagos. Building house is the best. Do you know that Igbo race own more than 70% of the buildings in Lagos? And how many do they own in Biafran land? Nothing. All they do is talk. Nothing. We own Lagos. Lagos is for everybody. No. Lagos is for everybody. Why don't they tell Oba when he said that Lagos is for everybody? That Lagos is no man's land. Nobody could say that. They were saying Kabi, clapping their hands, cowboy. That is number one. So if Oba can kill all of them in Lagos for their eyes to open, even my own brother said, because when you talk, you tell it, guy, relax, nothing they happen. That is all they say. And nothing they happen. When something start happening, there is nothing you can do. All you will do is to run. They will burn your shop, kill people, and nothing will happen. Government won't even newspapers won't even talk about it. The second one I want to comment on is about our cousins in so-called Niger Delta or Delta Igbo or South, or maybe tomorrow they will call them Southerners. I don't know what they will call them tomorrow. They keep changing their names. We should be very careful about them. We should be very, very careful about them. We can't afford to make another mistake. That's our land. Biafran land in short, that land have taken a lot of blood, and we cannot afford that to happen that way again. If people are going to die, it has to be all over the nation, not just one particular people dying. Niger Delta people, or whatever they call themselves, in the past, they made a mistake. Let me call it a mistake. They were deceived. And this time around, we are planning on doing something. They are on the side. We are trying to bring them in. Some of them are coming in. But the voice, their main voice is like, the football, governor, and the rest of them. I can't see them. I don't even know what they are fighting for. Are they fighting for their freedom? Are they fighting for their resource control? Or they are fighting for contracts to guide oil pipelines so that the oil can be going to the Yoruba and the Hausa people to become billionaires and drive the best private jet? Why they rot in abject poverty? Because tomorrow, because one Hausa man told me that here in Hong Kong, he said, forget about these people you call Niger Delta people. They will give them contract, give them what they ask for, and they will keep quiet. And the Igbo will still be in the middle. And it's likely to happen. I don't trust them. Oh, I don't, because they don't even know who they are. They don't even know where they come from. I wonder if they listen to, they are the people that needed this radio Biafra. It's supposed to be everywhere in that particular South or whatever they call them. They are the people that are supposed to be listening to this so that they can learn and understand who they are. Because they don't know who they are. They don't even know. They believe that Igbo people are your problem. Igbo people are this. Can you believe that even those people called our cousins and our brothers, do you know the kind of things they do to our people that are doing business over there? Sometimes I wonder. The point is that we don't love ourselves enough. That is the problem. But I thank God for what Radio Biafra is doing, and I commend you for that, and we keep contributing and doing whatever we can to support and see that Biafra is actualized. That's all I have to say. Thank you, Director.
And well spoken. But there are some things that are, it's just like I see South and Niger Delta. Some of them, not at least most of them, have now realized that an Igbo man is not their problem. They know that very well. What I find rather very, very astonishing is this: if you look at the analogy with an Igbo man, the problem we have is Igbo people going to Yoruba churches. That is the problem. Some of you may not see it now, but eventually, if Igbo people stop going to Winners Chapel to redeem to all these useless churches owned by Yorubas, you will see a change in their lives overnight. You will see a marked difference immediately overnight in their lives. Because the more they kneel before a Yoruba man, the more nonsense they accumulate in their brains, the more hopeless they become, the more stupid they become, and in the end, as our brother is just telling me on WhatsApp, I want to read it actually from Nkem, who always keeps me company, from London, to describe Igbo people, not Igbo people, please, those that speak Igbo language. He said they give the impression that they are money mongers. There is no real essence to life on ideas and also on development. They are stagnant paper chasers soaked in ignorance, and I love that. My goodness me. My goodness me. A wife, a jeep, and a house with DSTV, then they have arrived. I loved it. Hey, this is devastating. He's a jeep, 9 years old. You grow DSTV. You go a jeep, baby jeep. Is only go. Dear Lord God, have mercy upon them, for they go to Yoruba churches. What do you expect of them? Ignorance. The caller on the phone, please, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, my dear sister. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Anyanwu Ngozi, calling from Imo State, Owerri.
Thank you. Ngozi Chukwu Anyanwu, the child of the sun. Thank you very much. Go ahead. You bring light. Go ahead, please.
Yes, please, Director. Since I have been listening to you and I have been hearing whatever you have been saying, it's just for any person or somebody who has divine spirit to know that what you are saying is the truth. There is nothing you added. There is nothing you are removing. All that you have been saying is all the only but the truth. And it was my greatest surprise here in Imo State. Here in Imo State, people are not listening unto you. Even people are not, they don't want to know anything concerning Biafra. And they don't want to know. Even those that I am expecting that they will say something about it, rather they will saying all sorts of manner of things against you, even against the Biafra. But what I want to say that Imo State needs to be educated. Can you know that? Can you see that they are handling or promoting culture because he gave them a free education, which they don't know the source of the free education. Here in Imo State, since he started his regime, he has been deducting civil servant salary 1%. Check it from 1 year to 4 years. He is using it in place of running a free education. He has been dealing with the people working in a local government. If you know any of them, ask them the type of money he has been, their money he has been seizing. But they don't want to know whatever. Even the day that on the 28th, I did not go out to vote. I did not vote because that day I was in my room listening to you and my sister. But when the election was announced, the people of the state, the type of what they were saying that good luck since he had been shedding blood. If you hear the word, if you hear the type of words they were saying here in Imo State, you will marvel. But what I want to say is that Imo State needs to be educated. Even the old people. Even I can say that the young people, the youth, they are more understanding than the old ones because they don't know anything. And today I heard that this terrorist is coming to Imo State, calling all the head of camp, all the head of CGC, the head of Eze, the head of all the villages for them to come. What is he looking for? He are not resumed. But here in Imo State, did he go to Aga? Did he go to Enugu? Did he go to River State? But here in Imo State, what is he looking for? Because he has his fellow killer and a Muslim also. Please, even this week, I am not going out to vote because yes, I want her to vote. My vote is going to that mother. That is why even I was shedding tears. I cried this morning. I was crying. See, how can I leave this Jesus and go worship Muhammad? I am not happy. I am saying it that I'm not happy. I am not happy at all. Anything we will do to ask God to come and give us victory. Because the Bible says that the gate of hell shall not prevent the gate of heaven. There was a day you mentioned a prayer warrior. I am one of them. Sandy said that day I have been praying for you so that nothing will happen against you, even your family, whosoever that is in support of this, what you are doing. God will surely will surely protect us to the core. That is what I want to say. Please, sir, try to help us. We are suffering. We are in hell. We are in hell. We don't know what to do. I have one of Yoruba said against Igbo or against Biafran people, but they don't want to know. They don't want to know. They want something to happen to them so that they will know that what we are saying is real. I don't know. Where will we go in and where will we be? What I am asking, since I have been trying this, I said if I did not get it, I will not test anything. I thank God I have gotten it, and I'm surely trying another time to get it. Since Sunday, I put this credit. I did not use it to any other person because I said I reserved it in order to call you. Director, I am more grateful. I am excited. Whenever I hear your voice, it seems that everything on this earth, or this Biafra has come to stay. And I know that it must surely come and stay. By the grace of God, it must surely come. Nevertheless, whatever the enemies are doing, they will not prevail. Because the Bible says, the gate of hell shall not prevail, the gate of heaven. The gate of Islamic shall not prevail, the gate of Christianity here on Biafra land. That is what I want to contribute. Please, thank you. I am happy. I am happy. May God be with you. May God guide you. May God bless you. May God give you all whatever that you will use in order to see that this Biafra will come and stay. I will help in terms of prayer, even in terms of any other thing.
Bear with us. The line is, it has gone off. It has gone off. This is Radio Biafra. People will be complaining about it. We are no longer connected. We are no longer connected. You must bear with us, please. You must bear with us. This is Radio Biafra. Welcome back, wonderful people of Biafra. You can see what we are suffering here. That is why we need that very satellite equipment. You can understand what we are suffering here. That remains the problem. That remains the difficulties we keep encountering. We need the satellite, or else we will continually be embarrassed by the limitations of the communications infrastructure and provisions they have here in the Zoological Republic. That is why all of you must understand. And also, if it touches your heart and you are one of those people that was disgraced in Lagos yesterday, who were tongue-lashed by the Oba of Lagos, and you want this gospel to come to Lagos, you contact us. If you provide some level of assistance, we can get people from IPOB abroad to also help out to make sure that CHK is in Lagos. If we don't take CHK to Lagos, such nonsense, if we were broadcasting in Lagos on radio, the Oba wouldn't have said that. I'm telling you the truth. And that is why we need to be in Lagos. We need, if you know people in Lagos who can come up to support this very effort, we will establish CHK in Lagos without a shadow of a doubt, without flinching one bit. Thank you very much. I have somebody here, his name is Ndubisi Chim Chesam on WhatsApp. He's saying, I think Mbaka Rochas Wazurike and all stubborn goat of Igbo politicians and inept Ohaneze should congratulate Oba of Lagos for threatening to kill Biafrans should they refuse to vote. If they fail to congratulate him, that means they are living a life of lies. Ndubisi, I love what you wrote. Chim Chesam from Aba. I don't like hypocrites. It doesn't matter who you are, your status. Once you dabble into hypocrisy, you are no longer my friend. No longer, my friend. I hate hypocrites. And in Biafra land, there will be no hypocrites. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, please. Your name and where you are. The caller on the phone, your name and where you are, please.
My name is Timobi Nwankwo.
And
I'm calling from Aba.
From Aba, thank you. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Director. You know, I've been trying to call you for like a week after the last time I called, so I can't reach you. So thank God I came to you today.
Thank you. Yes,
Director,
we are here. Go ahead and say what we are listening attentively. Go ahead.
the Lord is with you.
And also with you.
Fear nobody. Because the Lord said that we shall be like the trees planted by the seaside. Not we shall grow during our season. We shall bear fruits, and nothing will harm us. So, Director, I'm happy. I thank you for how you have been going about with the Biafra stuff. And may Chukwu Abiyama protect and guide you in Jesus' name.
Yes, and thank you for your prayers. Thank you very much for that. And this is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. And if we can take some of your calls from abroad rather. But this very person is calling from somewhere very close to home. Let's find out who that person is. Your name and where you are, the caller on the phone. This is Radio Biafra.
Hello, Director. Good morning. I am Mr. Okonko, so I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Director, you too much. God is with you. I like what is happening because I have learned a lot from this Radio Biafra. The thing that I learned this morning, you came to give me the wisdom for me to understand that Igbo is a language, not a nation. That we have Biafra and that some part of Biafra speak Igbo and other language. But they have been deceiving us for a long time because I am a youth. There are some certain things that happen years that we youth don't know, and our forefathers did not tell us about it. So I'm very, very happy because the thing that is happening here now is giving many people wisdom and encouraging us to be more able and trustworthy that Biafra is going to come. And the one thing I want to comment is that Biafra is a land God has set apart for a special something. And I know that God, maybe the right time has not come. Because if you watch what is happening in Biafra, we have everything it takes to have the word power. We have people, in short, we are born scientists. We don't learn them. God has deposited everything we want here. But the thing is that many of us have been deceived a long time ago, and there's nobody to knowledge them, give them the word of wisdom, and tell them what has happened and what is to happen. So that is why most of them are acting like how the way they are behaving. But I know that Biafra must come. Even this Affair Dokubo, if I were to be Affair Dokubo, the guy is fighting for nothing. Oil in your own country, oil in your own state. You are fighting to guide the oil well. Why foreigners and other people that don't know about the oil are making use of the main oil in the pipe? It's coming to their land. Why you are busy, sleepless night, guiding the ordinary pipe, and they will be paying you from what they got from your state, from what belongs to you. The guy is very stupid. If I'm to be in his shoe, I will bust the whole oil well. When Biafra land came, then we will rebuild everything that has been destroyed. Director, I'm so grateful. Keep it on. Whether they agree or not, at least if Biafrans are 100%, I believe that 50% did not lose focus. 60% did not lose focus, including me. I did not lose focus, and I'm able to go to any level. But the thing is that sometimes capital issues draw somebody back. You understand? But I believe in everything. God is with us. Thank you, Director.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you very, very much for that. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. We shall attempt, of course, to see if we can take some calls from Skype. The caller on Skype, are you still there? No, they are no longer there. They have gone. They are no longer there. If the callers will take their call. The caller on the phone, how about you? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, Director.
Yes, please. Your name and where you are.
Director, I'm calling from Enugu State, sir.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Please, Director. I've been hearing Radio Biafran. Honestly, for some days now, it has been off in Enugu State. I thank God when I got you, I'm very much happy yesterday. That's all.
Thank you. We are listening. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead.
That, honestly, what is happening in this so-called Nigeria is baffling me, but I'm not afraid because of what will happen very soon. Just like last year, by God's grace, I'm a servant of God. But just that I'm not happy with some of things that is happening in our so-called nation, Nigeria, but it's not our nation. What is the problem of this nation called Nigeria is so-called pastors. So-called pastors, because last year, there's something that happened to me last year. I never wanted to answer anything like call, saying that I'm a pastor or whatever. I hate that title, even though that is in the scripture. I wouldn't have anything to do with it. But it happened that after my Bible school, 4 years in Bible school, degree, whatever, I started to do my business. But last year, they said that I died in an accident, of which I never knew that I died. What I'm saying, when they were saying people were coming to my house to visit me, I asked my younger brother, why are these people coming to my house? So that I did not have any accident. And they were kind of amazed when I told them what happened to me. That I went to the Lord, and the Lord asked me to go back. What Lord told me that anointed me, that he said that many people he called have disappointed him. That they are doing what they want to do to get what they want. That they're not doing what they ask them to, but that he can come at any time, and that his word is with him to pay every man according to his work. So when I see all these people called pastors, they are criminals, deceiving people, which I'm one of them, but I don't want to behave like them, because I never wanted to answer this call saying I'm pastor or whatever. It's better I do my work than teaching from poor masses. See, so they are the problem of this nation. It's called Nigeria, whatever. But I believe that as God has told me early in December, when I came to my house, I did not know that I came back to my house. He said to me that there will be bombing and killing in this nation, but he will save his people wherever they are. So I believe when I started hearing Radio Biafran this January, I was very much happy, honestly, because my father has told me about Biafran, how they fought in Biafran. You see, so I'm very much happy hearing Biafran. I believe that what God said, and you said is about to happen. Whatever is happening in so-called Nigeria is their business. All we need to do is we the Igbos, we the Biafrans, should wake up from our slumberness and be focused on what God is about to do. Because definitely he must do something. If only so-called Igbo pastors, people that are called, are really called, we rise from their slumberness, from those things that they are taking from poor people, and direct them to the word of God. I believe this will happen in this nation very soon. I'm not care about this so-called Nigeria. I'm not care about it. I don't care about it. Because when it will happen, people will understand. But our problem is so-called pastors. They don't understand. They don't believe that God is about to do something in this nation. Some talk evil about it. When we tell them, look at what is happening, they say, leave that man. But I don't blame them.
Why would you say because they will say leave that man because they are liars and they are deceivers, they are vultures and they are vermin. All these idiots carrying the Bible, deceiving people on the they cannot see poverty, they cannot see hunger, neither can they see deprivation. When an idiot carrying the Bible says I'm a man of God, I see a man of Satan. Ndioshi can happen. I don't expect idiots like that to say anything good about this very temple of Chukwu Abiyama where truth is spoken. How can darkness comprehend the truth? Because you're carrying a Bible does not confer upon you any legitimacy whatsoever to claim that you're a child of God when indeed you are working for the entity of Satan.
So my director, sir, honestly, the Lord is with you. I don't care what people are saying, maybe threatening or whatever. They will threaten, but they will fail. What I want to say lastly is just what is happening. Those that thought that they are fighting against with the Biafran. Very soon they begin to fight themselves, killing themselves. Definitely it will start happening very soon. So all the Biafran should wake up from their slumberness. That is all what God needs. We need to work also that we go back to our promised land. God let me know that we are Israel, that we have scattered many places in the whole world. But before you come, He will save His people. If people will understand that they are from somewhere, this is our land, Biafra. It's not just Biafra by name. It means something. But we have lost we have lost the sense of understanding of what this nation is all about, this Biafran land. But God will help us to away from our slumberness. If pastors can be revived, I believe this is not ordinary fight. It's just a spiritual fight that God will just fight for us. If so-called pastors will come out from that kind of dirtiness of their heart, different from people, I believe this thing will be easily achieved, not even by physical fight, but we will stand and we will see God fighting for us. Thank you, my director, sir.
Thank you very much, and thank you very, very much. I don't give a damn what people say. So if you don't tell me about it, the better for you. I don't give a toss. I have told you before, if people are not saying something bad about me, I make them to say something bad about me. If there is no war, I create one. You must understand, I don't give a toss. What you think is your business. I don't give a damn what you think. Am I speaking the truth? If the answer is yes, then I would have done the will of the Father that sent me, not of that of man. Chukwu Abiyama sent me, not man. I don't give a damn what you think. What do you think is irrelevant to me? The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Hello, Director. Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you are, please.
Hello, Director.
I can hear you.
Yeah, my
your
name
and
is
where you are.
Onyekachi Ebube. My name is Onyekachi Ebube. I'm from Obosema in Onhaji in Imo State, but I'm calling from Doha, Qatar.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Director, my brother have hit a little point while I have been calling you since morning. I have called you severally, more than 100 times, but you couldn't pick because other calls are coming in. Director, I was like thinking, does we have Christians in Biafran land, or does we have those people that call they are bishop, they are pastors, they are reverend, they are canon? Have they come up one day and say, why is these Muslims killing the Christians all over the world in Nigeria? Why are they killing Christians? Have they come up one day and said, I'm asking myself, if those people answering canon, pastors, and bishops, whether they are Muslims secretly, now coming to church to deceive people with Bible, I am so confused. That's why I called to ask, Director, please, if you can put me through, I will be very happy to hear from you.
Thank you very much. And what you have said is very, very poignant. Some people don't understand. Some people do not appreciate. Some of them even fail to grasp the obvious. As simple as that. The problem our people have is confusion. Our people are confused. They are lost because they have failed to embrace knowledge and the truth. I believe that if anybody hears the truth, they will know that that is the truth. They have refused to listen. Blatantly refused to listen. Our systems are breaking. Our lines are breaking. They are breaking so much that we may have to bring our program this morning to a premature conclusion. We need that equipment. If we don't have it, we cannot function very well, please. We need the satellite equipment. The phone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Austin Ata. I'm a Kogi person, but I live in Enugu. I'm a Biafran.
Thank you very much. How come you are from Kogi? What language do you speak? What language do you speak?
I speak Igala.
You speak Igala language?
Yes, sir.
What is come in Igala language? If you want me to come, if you're calling me to come, what is it in Igala language?
Okay, Igala language, come is Loa.
Igala, would they hear me?
Yes, sir.
If I go to Igala now and say one name, can they understand what I mean?
One name is my brother.
No, not you. You live in Enugu. If I go to Igala land now and say, Anna Macho, one name, can they understand what I'm saying?
I'm looking for my brother. Then you can enter Okada from there to my village.
Okay. Thank you very much. Please go ahead. Our lines are breaking very badly.
I've been calling this line for more than 2 months. So I'm happy that this moment I can get you.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
I'm so happy. I want to tell you that Radio Biafra is a place of deliverance. You know, when you listen to Radio Biafra, you need to get deliverance immediately. And I tell people that deliverance, that one they are laying hands, people are falling under anointing. It's not even real deliverance. Deliverance is when you listen to a genuine word, the truth, and you allow the truth to work in your life. That's deliverance. So since I listen to the Radio Biafra, I'm so happy and I'm so proud to tell you that I am a Biafran. And I've been looking, since that time, I've been trying to reach my people, to know whether they are listening to Radio Biafra. So, I don't know, but I'm planning to travel now. When I travel, I'm going to create awareness in my village, if they're not listening yet. So, I thank you so much for what you are doing. I am so happy. I'm here in Enugu.
In Enugu, thank you very much. And you're from Igala, and you believe in Biafra, and you support Biafra. And from an Igala person, an Igala man, I would say, in Enugu, he is telling us this very day that if you need deliverance, you come to Radio Biafra. I told you before, but you thought I was joking. If you need deliverance, once you listen to Radio Biafra, you will be delivered. You will be delivered. That is why we are here, and that is why heaven will be merciful. Be merciful unto your children, O Lord of hosts. Be merciful unto your children. We continue. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Is this Radio Biafra?
Of course it is, and the world is listening. We are live and we are direct, despite the intermittency. But we are resolute, we are continuing regardless. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Wala Uchenna. I'm calling from Oji, Owerri.
Thank you very much. Go ahead. The whole world is listening because we are live and direct to humanity. Go ahead.
I've been trying this line so long, for over a month now, that I've been listening to Radio Biafra.
You are welcome.
Yes, I am very much happy that I've been able to reach you people this day.
Thank you.
Yes. As I'm talking now, I want to let you know that I've been over 25 years eligible to vote in this particular zoo, but I've never voted anyone because I've never seen any credible candidate. Even my brothers that are into politics in Nigeria, I don't value them. I have never seen any good thing in them. That is why for a long time I've been trying to reach our director, Nnamdi Kanu. Have never been able to reach him. That is why today I am very much happy that I've sensitized my family, my people, that they should not even try even to step an inch to vote any candidate in this zoo so-called Nigeria. I've been learning a lot, I've been listening a lot, and I pray that the Lord will help us to achieve and restore this, our nation so-called Biafra. I'm happy for everything you people are doing. In a very short time, I'll be able to belong to the family and be able to make my own little contribution so that we will be able to forge ahead and make these things a reality.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Be with all of you.
He said,
we pray for you.
He said, and also with you. May Chukwu Abiyama also be with you. We are live and we are direct. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. My name is Oliver Wabez Ekenechukwu.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Enugu.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
I'm sincerely very happy. This is my second time of getting you. Well, last week, we finally ready to get the network here in Enugu. Since I came down from Enugu here, I've been listening to Radio Biafra. And whatever you say is the truth and nothing but the truth. I remember vividly my dad told me about Biafra, how vividly they fought, and at the end, they lost due to sabotage. But the glory be to God, the wrath have come. The Lord has sent somebody to liberate us from the capital of the kingdom of darkness. And I sincerely believe that the time has come. All I'm urging you is that you keep it on. That some of us have been calling to find out, even at any book, to find out where they're having their meeting. The coordinator say he will call me. I can give him a text number and everything, say he will call me. I know that BIAFRA is the capital intensive. And I know that the only medium to the place of the capital of the kingdom of darkness is this medium. And the area we're able to channel it and have enough publicity, the better our people will be aware of it. Because already we have lost a lot of tribes in my jobs. Many people came out with hope that I seen somebody at the end of it become a disaster. I know to be it is very difficult. That I know we got on our side and God using you, it is all going to work successfully. As you said, I'm very happy. I know that when I was at Abuja, I don't mean it about Radio Biafra. It's only when I came down for East now I started hearing about it. And I thank God that if I'm going back, I will just take that message back to where I come from. Today, I will look at exactly what is happening. So, my dear friends, and my brother and father, I'm sincerely very happy for hearing you. And I thank God for our brothers that are outside, that are even contributing, making even huge effort to make sure that people are liberated from these captivities. And I know, just as you said, that we should keep watch and continue to pray and have faith on Radio Biafra. I believe at the end of this year, something miraculous will happen. I'm very happy, sir. And I thank you for a kindly word. And everything has been sent to us here. I thank God that today I got you. I thank God that about 4 days you are not been seeing, getting information at any year, but today I'm very happy to hear you this morning. And I pray that God will tell the heart of other people to know that the light has come. And God bless you, sir.
And bless you too. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are also direct. And heaven is watching. Good morning, Director. According to our dear sister, Chikwendo Lucia Marachi, a native of Abombise in Imo State, have tried severally to call in but couldn't get through. So I chose to make my contributions via this platform. Listening to you this morning and hearing about the Oba of Lagos and his threats to Biafrans there, I recall the incident of the uncircumcised Philistines against the Israelites, who threatened to feed the bodies of the anointed people of God to the best of the year. But what happened to him? God anchored his killings with just a stone from a little boy, David. Therefore, he who touches Biafrans touches God, because we are the apple of his eyes. I don't think so anymore, not the way you boys are behaving. Director, I also want to thank you for your effort in the fight for the Republican freedom of Biafra. God will continue to see you through. God bless you, and God bless you also. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for that. Amana Oluchi, thank you for that. This is Radio Biafra. We used to be the apple of God's eyes until we started going to Redeem, Winners Chapel, Mountain on Fire, Valley on Fire, Chosen Risen Children of Jesus Christ of Latter Days. People, you bring damnation upon yourselves. You condemn yourselves by what you do. After saying you're a child of God, you then go to Yoruba church, you go to Winners Chapel. You won't believe. Complete idiot. And the more you wallow in stupidity and ignorance, the more you suffer, the more you die. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? They're not paying attention. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello, good morning, Margareta.
Good morning, your name and where you are, please.
Director, I got it.
Thank you very much. Your name and where you are.
My name is Sunday Carlo. I'm calling from the most rejected part of the zoo.
And where is that? The most rejected part of the zoo is where?
Aba.
Courtesy of Theodore Oji. Courtesy of Theodore Oji.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead. We are listening. Do not stop. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. I wanted to talk about that, the emir of, the Oba of Lagos State that asked the Igbos that they should vote the APC. I think this is a kind of lesson to some of our Igbos who are in Lagos. At least, if by doing this thing, at least some of them will know that yes, we are supposed to leave that Lagos and come to this Aba. Aba is a place, is a commercial city where they can do their business, and some other places are not. But they choose to go to Lagos to do their business, and they are selling their pride, they are selling themselves to people very cheap. That they are making mockery of them. Look at what they are saying. That if they don't vote APC, that they will, join some of them. I think this is a kind of lesson to them. Many of them should, at least from now, know that that place is not their place. They should come back as we are fighting for this thing. Many of them are supposed to be part of this thing that we are doing. But some of them, if you tell them about it, because of the investment they have in the other places, they will begin to oppose it. They will begin to say, many things. So I think this is a warning to them, so that they will know what they are supposed to do. They will know that Lagos is not their place. And my director, please, I would like to, I would like to have a contact. If there's any coordinator around our hill area, I would like to have the contact.
I give it out all the time, and I'll get a pen and paper, and I'll give it to you. I have it here. For Aba, this is the number to call, please. Aba is 0803 789 920 9. 0803 789 9209. That is the number for Aba. If you call that number, we will put you in touch with our area coordinator, and then we take things on from there. Thank you very much. There is a misguided impression in this very zoological republic that somehow Biafrans are in the minority. I repeat, there is a misguided impression that Igbo speaking people of Biafra are in the minority. I want to categorically assert this very morning that Biafrans are in the majority of this very zoo. Anytime Christmas comes and we start the biggest migration of man, the only animal that is greater in number in times of migration is the wildebeest of the plains of Serengeti in Kenya. The only other animal that travels, that migrates the way that Igbo speaking people migrate, is an animal called the wildebeest. It moves, it chases the rain to go and where they can feed on fresh grass in the plains of the Serengeti in Kenya and that part of the world. Apart from the wildebeest, the next animal that wanders in hundreds of thousands every year are Igbo speaking people. There is a ritual they perform, it's called coming home for Christmas. They are the only people in the whole world that travel en masse during the December migration. You will see them if you are on the air and you're watching them in a helicopter. You will see them. There is no difference between them and the wildebeest of the plains of the Serengeti. The greatest migration on earth is Igbo people coming back for Christmas. And here, every Christmas, if you go to Lagos, you will know that Lagos have no population. If you see 8 people in Lagos, 6 of them are Igbo speaking people or Biafrans. Now, the same thing applies in Kanu, in Zaria, in Abuja, in all those places. If Igbo speaking people can come back in one go, one single day, you will see that the rest of the zoo will be empty. That tells you that we have more population than all of them put together. But because of their, what I call their political gerrymandering, tampering with the boundaries, they shrunk you to only 5 states in this part of the world. So to give you the impression that you're not actually big, when your boundary should start from Edo State, Igbo Akere, all the way to Opobo. They tell you, oh no, it's after the head bridge on it, to Imo River, head bridge Imo River at Okwa. And you accept it. And you want God to love you, you are clearly mistaken. It is not possible. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. And Chukwu Abiyama is our God. We have been on air now for, of course, it's been jaundiced, it's been truncated, it's been, I don't know, cut into pieces, but are we deterred? The answer is no. We are unstoppable. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes.
Your name.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Chukwu Okaha. I'm calling from the Aba.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Okay, Director, good morning.
Good morning to you.
It's been a very long time I've been trying to get Radio Biafra. Since last 2 months, I began to listen to this university. Honestly, one of my brothers called the university today. I encourage that.
Thank you.
Director, there is one thing I want to comment. Started from Baka. Director, don't mind Mbaka actually. Bible says that not all that calls my name will inherit the kingdom. Don't mind Mbaka. Mbaka is doing his own business, using Bible to deceive people. And in terms of Obama, there is one thing I want to tell Obama. The right day he said we should start marrying our fellow man and doing rubbish, all he wants us to do. Just because good Lord did not agree with him. That's why he planned against good Lord. I was telling my friend those days, because I wasn't in Nigeria all those days. I was in Libya, not Africa. I was telling my friend, if Obama wants us to marry, let him start marrying our fellow man. Let him start by example. Let him divorce his wife. At least marry David Cameron or marry any black female man. At least let him get a husband, a female husband to his daughter before we will begin to do it. Not imposing us to do something he's not doing. And if eating his wife, let him give the zoo or so-called Nigeria 2 million or 5 million visa free to US. If particularly, I will marry my own father to be in US. He should start deceiving people. Let him live his life and let others live his own life. And Director, I recommend you are very, very intelligent. I was telling people about Easter, the way you were narrating it. And thank God my phone, I record when you are listening to Radio Biafra. So I was telling them, people were like, and yet we just...
Please, my dear brother, turn your system down if you can. Your system is blaring at the background. Turn it down so we can hear you very well. You are making a point. Please, turn it down.
Okay, I'll turn it down.
Thank you. Go ahead.
As I was saying, if Obama wants us to marry our fellow man, he should divorce his own wife and marry David Cameron. And let him give zoo or Nigerians more than 5 million, in fact 50 million visa free to US to marry our fellow man. Me myself, I am from other states. I will marry my own father to be in US. This is such deceiving people. You go and marry your fellow man, and that is rubbish. He should leave Nigeria alone. If he doesn't have any positive interest in the zoo, let him leave us alone. We will handle ourselves. Biafra is our land. Biafra is our pride. It's our religion. And we must get it. That for a very long time, my father has always been telling me about Biafra. I have been mad over it. That if I tell you, I suffer from Aba to Libya. I spent 30 good days in desert to make sure I get to Libya.
You walked from Aba to Libya. You went to Libya.
Yes, 30 good days in desert. I suffered. A lot of people died in the desert, Director. I saw corpses, human beings that are rotting, only their bone that is remaining inside desert. From Aba to Sokoto, from Sokoto to Ilela, from Ilela to Agadez, from Agadez to Gatron, from Gatron to Sabah, from Sabah to Tripoli. 30 good days inside desert just to survive. Where are we going? We are heading to Italy, road by road. Director, at night, when I got there the next week, a friend, boat capsized, killed about 120 Nigerians.
My goodness.
Imagine. Director, start 2011, illegal immigrants to sea that going to Italy. Nigerians have died more than 5,000, but nobody cares. Goodluck does not care. I spent 74 days in prison. In what is the name of the prison? I can't remember. Nigerian prison. Ask anybody. Nigerian prison in Libya is the world's deadliest prison. And I suffered. Many Nigerians tried to escape. They were shot to death. Koro, life and direct. Nigerians are always looking for trouble. Most of this Benin. We cut ourselves out. We the Igbos, we are answering Biafran. Libyans, they know the Biafran war. They say, oh, you Biafra, yes. I say, yeah, we are Biafran. They shift us aside. They give us our special food because we weren't even like Nigerians. Nigerians are always looking for trouble. The name Nigerians is just trouble itself. The botanic name of Nigeria is trouble. Everywhere we go, trouble. I'm sorry to say the director. I changed my name when I was traveling. I answered English name that was not like Igbo name because I know when Igbo name is attached, they will know I'm coming from Nigeria. My name is Vision Oxley, UXVI. The UXVI stands from Okaha, UX Steven, I Isuchuku. The other one, Vision, the one is Isuchuku. I am from Ohafia in this other state. That what is his name? Seriously has messed up. Thank God he will lose. So these people, they don't know our pains, they don't know our sufferings. They deported me last year, 2013. After suffering, I passed through in Libya. They just deported me. They say we are blacks and they don't recommend blacks anyway. They say we are blacks.
How did you come back? Is it by aeroplane? Your deportation by aeroplane?
Yes, I paid for my deporting. They say if you want to go, you pay for release and for your deport. I paid $2,000 US, 1,000 for release, 1,000 for deport. And from that deporting, they landed me at Niger, near me. Hungry people, look at them. They didn't take me straight to Nigeria because there was no money. Straight to Nigeria is $1,500 US. I landed in Niger, near me. That was where I landed, and from there, I have managed with $100. People say, you made me understand a lot. You say Igbo is not the people, yes, it's a language. People say our people are bad. It's a lie. All the help I got through when I was coming back from Yemen are full, we call ourselves FBI, full-blooded Igbo boys. Full-blooded Igbo boys. They helped me. I told them my story. Even in Yemen there, doing business, they helped me with $100. I had to, from there, transport myself back to Nigeria. What am I doing now? I am just doing security in one of the companies. Period. This country is just...
You're calling from Aba, is that correct?
Yes, I'm coming from the Aba.
Thank you. And not in Aba, in Ngwa land. There is oil flowing very close to him. He traveled for a month. Do you know who has that oil in Okwa? It's owned by Danjuma, T.Y. Danjuma, that killed us. Now, when Danjuma's child wants to travel to Europe, they go on chartered flight, not just first class, chartered aircraft. What does Danjuma have in his village? Nothing, only sand. And Ijiji flies. But the people who actually own the oil, that the oil is coming from their land, they have to use leg to work for 1 month to get to Libya, to cross into Europe, to continue to suffer. And then when they accumulate some money, after suffering for many years, they import something. They say, no, you can't send it to Calabar, not to Warren, not to Port Harcourt. You must send it to Lagos. And then an Igbo man is waiting for you in the shape of SND Igbo in Lagos. In Kabaramba yesterday. Waiting to steal your container. Our life is fraught with difficulty at every turn. Should it be that way? Do you think that is right? That that oil flows from the father's compound is using the desert to travel to abroad, when the son of an Awasa person is in a swanky 5-star hotel as his dormitory to go to school. 5-star hotel in Dubai. And they're attending university in Dubai of Quranic and Arabic studies. Very sad indeed. Thank you very much. Somebody said Ethiopian hairdresser is worried, saying Nigerians. Oh, it's Yoruba. When they call you a Yoruba, they say, oh, Nigerians, they are fraudsters. And you agree, you're a Nigerian. That means you are a fraudster. Somebody is writing about Theodore, saying that from God's own state to the God's rejected state. If you go to Abba, you ask, oh, I am from God's own state in this Abba. God owed. Please, Chuku Abiyama is not that dirty. I beg of you. Chuku Abiyama. There should be boycott of elections everywhere, whether in Rivers, in Enugu, everywhere you go to, people must boycott. People must boycott. You have to. You need to. The election must be boycotted. We are boycotting all boycottables. We are boycotting all boycottables for the information of those who may not be able to grasp, to understand, and to appreciate exactly what we are doing. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. As I said before, here we speak the truth. We do not give a damn how you feel about it. If the answer is yes, then we are vindicated. Then we should be excused from every blame. We have come. They are here to them. How can you ask somebody who is stealing in the name of Jesus Christ to support people who are preaching against them? They'll tell you no now. Oh, I don't know what they're doing there. We don't support them. They are rascals. We don't know. With the Bible. And you want God to help you? Can you people not reason? The more churches you build, the poorer you become. Yet, the penny hasn't dropped yet. It cannot click in your brain. The more churches you build, the more impoverished you become, the more you encounter hunger, poverty, and disease, and premature death. And now, mortuary no main road. Yet there is mountain on fire close by. Chukwu Abiyama doesn't like hypocrisy. You are hypocrites. And that is why you are dying and Yoruba is insulting you. Because you are hypocritical. Here we speak the truth always. And we don't care how you feel. As long as we speak the truth, that is what matters. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The time now is 17 minutes past 11 a.m. in the morning. Please go ahead.
Director, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm from Bend.
From Bend.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah. Since many months, I'm trying your number, but I couldn't get you. Now, I want to thank you for your work. I'm hearing your voice. I don't know that we can have somebody like you from Biafra land. When our excellence on the book, I was tired. I say we have lost, but I thank God that God raised you up in His time. Now, what I want to say, I just waiting for you people to blow the trumpet. Immediately you people to blow the trumpet. The whole world will know that there is some people that are capable to destroy Nigeria. I have traveled to another country. I come back. Now I am talking to you at my banner. I'm waiting for the appointed time. When that appointed time came, and I'm going to scatter everywhere. Only me alone will scatter everywhere. And also, as I'm talking to you now, nobody should vote at Aba on Saturday. Anybody vote, in fact, I will do something marvelous. When the whole world hear it, people will not believe that they from Igbo, from Biafra land. I'm telling people, and I'm warning people, and I have organized people. Anybody that go out to vote this Saturday, you will hear the news everywhere. Because those idiot people go and vote. They vote ABGA and PPA along the line. What we hear is, here all the way from where is an insult. That's what I have determined. I have determined what to do on this Saturday. You will hear it, and the whole world will hear it. It's what I want to say. So keep on your good one. When you people are ready, I just watch it. When you people are ready, you will not make food. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I like that, and I welcome it. Anything you can do, please go ahead and do it. At least you've informed us to still maintain our status that all the armies of Biafra must come together under one command structure, one unified central command, all the armies of Biafra. Before you do anything, you must come here to take permission, or else we cannot support you. Everything we do here is divinely ordained. We don't do anything until the time is right. That is why we are successful at what we do. Right now, do not go out to vote. If you go out to vote, harm may come your way. Do not go out to vote. If you go out to vote, as we told the other ones that didn't listen, and the politicians are carrying on with their lives. And your wretched, hopeless, useless life in God's own state and later turned into Satan's own state will be cut short. The animals and the vagabonds, they continue to feed off the blood of the impoverished and the poor. This is Radio Biafra. At this point in time, we must rather grudgingly bring our program to a close. We are going to reconvene in the evening. For now, from this very place, some people woke up this morning not knowing what to expect, not knowing what will come their way, but I'm sure some of you, having listened to us this day, have now come to the realization, the conclusion that indeed Biafra is a religion, not just a country. A religion. That is only, I want people to remember us by only one thing, that they spoke the truth. That is all. We're enough with that. Therefore, Biafra will remain our religion. We will continue to worship Chukwu Abiama here on Radio Biafra because only him is worthy of praise. Only Chukwu Abiama is worthy of praise. He will bless, guide, nurture, sustain, keep each and every one of you and your families. But more importantly, this same Chukwu Abiama will bless Biafra. We will come back to you again this very day, this evening, perhaps circumstance permitting and also network. We will endeavor to come to you this very afternoon if we can. If we are going to do that, we will, of course, undoubtedly bring that to your awareness before we go live on air. But from here, from us this very morning, there is nothing else to say than to maintain categorically that this day has come. Chukwu Abiama has blessed us indeed, and we must go out and bless others. How do you do that? By preaching this very gospel in truth and honesty. From me, from here, this very morning, it is simply good morning.
Almighty God, you know be man, no. You know be man, no.
Now you be God.
Yes, you are.
Almighty God.
Yes, you are.
You know be man, no. You know be man,